Batting sixth, playing right field, number 27, Richard Fullerton.
Good guy for the A's, you never knew if it got us off or not.
Batting seventh, the designated hitter, number 32, Gavin Gifford. Batting eighth, playing third base, number 19, Johnny Chavez.
I'd like to welcome everybody into tonight's broadcast. Tonight we got the Dodge City Community College Baseball Conquistadors taking on the Johnson County Community College here in the NJCAA Region 6 Central District Tournament. We are here live at Lawrence-Dumont Stadium in Wichita, Kansas. As you can see below, we have head coach Phil Stevenson down meeting with the umpires, along with Johnson County's head coach Kent Shelley in his 30th year. We are getting ready to play ball here. First pitch just a few minutes away. Go ahead, take this time now, run through the starting lineups. Last night was the coin flip, as all games here for home and visiting teams are decided by coin flip. Dodge City won that coin flip, so Dodge City will be the designated home team tonight. So Johnson County will hit first. They will lead off with number 5, Nick McMurray at shortstop. Batting second will be Maurice Bruce Jr., number 3 in center field. Number 35, Matt Workington at first base will hit third. Batting cleanup for the Cavaliers tonight, number 22, Tanner Paget. He is their DH. Batting fifth and playing third base for Johnson County, number 28, Brant Olinger. Batting sixth and playing left field will be number 26, Brian Sullivan. Batting seventh and playing right field will be number 32, Troy Darling Jr. Behind the plate will be number 33, Jake Karst. He is batting eighth. And then batting ninth for Johnson County will be number 8, Matt Johnson at second base. On the mound for the Cavaliers tonight, number 19, Brendan Stanek, who comes into the game with a 7-0 record in 12 appearances and a 1.11 ERA. Now, as we flip things over, take a look at the Dodge City lineup here. Leading off and playing left field will be number 2, Cade Engel, who's been there most of the year now. Batting second, number 3, Braden Cook. He'll be at second base. Batting third will be number 12, Jake Peterson, in center field tonight. Batting cleanup and at first base will be number 37, Talon Schaller. Batting fifth and catching tonight will be number 13, Dawson Tate. We then move down to the 6-hole spot where we will find right fielder number 27, Richard Fullerton. Batting seventh and getting his 30th start tonight is number 32, Gavin Gifford. He'll be your designated hitter. Batting eighth will be number 19, Johnny Chavez. He'll be taking care of the hot corner over there at third base. And then batting ninth, your shortstop, number 1, Cole Bergdahl. On the mound for DC3 tonight in their first game in this region tournament will be number 9, Hayden Davey. He comes into tonight's game with a 3-1 record overall and a 3.99 ERA. So we are moments away here. Dodge City getting ready to take the field. We'll get some warm-up pitches going, and we'll be back in just a minute with the game. Well, we have a moment here before the game starts. We'd like to send a special thank you to John Avey and the Dodge City Community College radio broadcasting department for providing some of the equipment that is used in tonight's broadcast. So, John, if you're out there listening, no, you just had your retirement reception party, but congrats again, and thank you for letting us use this equipment this weekend. So we have Hayden Davey here on the mound. We're ready to go. Balls are in, and we're ready to play some ball here, folks. Leading off for Johnson County will be the shortstop. Number 5, Nick McMurray, comes into this at bat with a .377 batting average. Davey with the first pitch of the game here, fouled away off to the left side there into the stands. A little bit of the dimensions here at Lawrence-Dumont Stadium. You're looking at 330 down both the right and left field lines, 385 to the power alleys, and then 400 down dead center. Davey with the pitch in there for strike 2 on the outside corner. First pitch officially at 8:31 p.m. tonight. It is 69 degrees, and there is no wind to be found here in downtown Wichita. Hayden with the windup, a little low, trying to waste a pitch there, see if we can get one to chase, and McMurray lays off. So we got a 1-2 count here. Hayden trying to work it a little bit, see what he can do with it. Hayden trying to get the call there and just misses outside, so 2-2 count to leadoff batter for Johnson County, Nick McMurray. Two gets spoiled away, out of play, and that's actually out of the park here at Lawrence-Dumont Stadium. Decent crowd here tonight for an 8:30 game. We got started about 90 minutes late, but that's kind of the way it goes sometimes when you play 4 baseball games in one day and it gets to region tournament time. Davey with the 2-2. That one will stay in play off into foul territory and just out of the reach of third baseman Johnny Chavez. So count will remain 2-2, and we'll do it again. Davey looking over the signs, finds one he likes, wind up, and a little chopper goes foul. Chavez touches it as it's foul, and we'll go ahead and we'll throw the 2-2 again. McMurray really fighting off some pitches here after falling behind their 0-2. Could not ask for a much better night here downtown Wichita. Last night during practice, we had a little bit of a rainstorm come through, kind of put a bit of an abbreviated practice in, as Dodge City was the last team to practice on the night, playing here in the nightcap. So Dodge City's been in since about 3 o'clock yesterday afternoon, kind of getting acclimated to what Lawrence-Dumont Stadium looks like. Davey with the pitch. Just misses high, and it is a full count here to leadoff batter Nick McMurray. Full count pitch misses outside, and Johnson County has a leadoff walk to start the game. Coming up to bat here for the Cavaliers will be the center fielder, number 3, Maurice Bruce Jr. He is hitting .345 on the year here. Bruce swings through one there. We got an 0-1 count here. Johnson County with a runner on first in Nick McMurray. We have no outs here. Top of the first, just underway here at Lawrence-Dumont Stadium between Dodge City Community College and number 14 Johnson County Community College. Davey with the 1-0, and Johnson's going to try a little bit of a sacrifice bunt here. Davey fields it and throws over to first baseman Schaller in time for the out. So Johnson sacrifices one over. 1 out here on a sack bunt to the pitcher. And that will bring up the first baseman, number 35, Matt Workington. 1 out here in the top of the first. Davey getting in a little bit of a jam there, trying to have that leadoff batter, Nick McMurray, fight off some pitches. So one of those things in the region tournament, you got to watch your pitch counts and see who can last their pitching the longest. Workington swings through a bit of a slider there down in a way. Dawson Tate does a great job there, catcher, blocking that one off, making sure it doesn't get to the backstop with that runner on second. So we got an 0-1 count here, 1 out in the top of the first. Strike 2 in there, so we have an 0-2 count, 1 out, top of the first here. First baseman Matt Workington up to bat for the Cavaliers. O2 count misses a little bit there. Go to a 1-2 count. Davey from the stretch here. Checks the runner at second. And that one's going to get out of play, so we'll keep it at a 1-2 count, and we'll do it again. Davey from the stretch. Checks the runner again. Pitch high. So we'll send it to a 2-2 count here. First time Dodge City has seen Johnson County since 2007. That was a region tournament elimination game. Johnson County won that game 7-1. So last time these two teams met, it's been a while. Workington fouls off another one. We'll keep it at 2-2. Series history. This is the 7th game all-time between Dodge City and Johnson County. Johnson County does lead the all-time series 4-2. At one point it was a 1-1 series, and then Johnson has kind of just taken the last couple games. Again, though, have not met since the 2007 season, so it's been a while since these two teams have faced each other on the baseball diamond. That's a base hit up the middle. Johnson County is going to send the runner home, and that's going to score one first run of the game, and Johnson County takes a 1-0 lead on a base hit up the middle there. Puts Workington on first, and that will bring up designated hitter Tanner Paget up to bat.
Batting fourth, designated hitter number 22, Tanner Paget.
Paget steps in. Davey gets a sign from catcher Tate, and the wind up, and just a little low there. So we got a 1-0 count. Again, 1-0 Johnson County here. Runner on first with 1 out. That one shot back up the middle off of Davey's foot. Has time to throw over to first baseman Talon Schaller. Records the out for out number 2. So Johnson County will move that runner over to second on the 1-3 putout. And head coach Phil Stevenson out to check on his pitcher Davey as he took one right off the foot there. Davey appears to be okay. We'll stay in the game. So that was quite a line shot back up the middle. Second one there. He missed the first one, and second one not so fortunate to do so. First pitch in there to third baseman number 28 Brant Olinger, and that is a strike right down the heart of the plate for Davey. So he'll be working with an 0-1 count here. Second pitch misses just a bit outside, so we'll keep it at 1-1 here, and 2 outs, runner on second. We're in the top of the first here. Johnson County has scored 1 on a base hit up the middle. Davey checks the runner at second, comes back, kind of jams Olinger. Chavez fields, throws to Talon Schaller for the 3rd out, and Dodge City will escape without any more damage done. For Johnson County in the inning, they score 1 run on 1 hit. there were no errors, and there was one runner left on base. So, due up for Dodge City in the bottom of the first will be Cade Engel, Braden Cook, and Jake Peterson. We will be back with you here in just about 30 seconds. Welcome back in here to Lawrence-Dumont Stadium here in Wichita, Kansas. We have an absolutely beautiful night here down at the ballpark. Got started about 90 minutes late, but we're here playing baseball. Johnson County plates one in the top of the first on a hit. So we head to the bottom of the first here. Dodge City down 1-0, and they got a stiff test in starting Johnson County pitcher Brandon Stanek on the mound tonight. Comes into tonight's game with a 7-0 record in 12 appearances and a 1.11 ERA, which is good enough for fourth in the NJCAA. He has thrown 72 and 1/3 innings on the year. And talking to head coach Phil Stevenson earlier tonight before the game, and he said a little bit of a scouting report that Stanek really likes to pound the lower part of the zone, really throw the slider. So we'll see if that stays true or if he kind of mixes it up, knowing that that's kind of been his bread and butter all year. Left fielder Cade Engel, number 2, steps in for Dodge City. First pitch, takes it looking, and it is a strike. So Cade Engel already down in the count, 0-1, as we get started here in the bottom of the first. Second pitch, a little low there. Kind of what Coach Phil Stevenson told his hitters to expect. Just kind of lay off those pitches that you don't want and wait for your pitch, knowing that Stanek's going to try to get that low call. So with the 1-1 here, Engel puts it down the first base line, and that's going to be a base hit, folks. That he's looking at 2, and he makes the turn as right fielder misplays it, and he's going to 3 there. So right there, Cade Engel with a lead-off double, advances to third on an error by that right fielder, as I was saying, Troy Darling Jr., and Kong's already first batter of the game, and they got a runner on third and no outs.
Did they mark that an error?
Braden Cook steps in to the batter's box, second baseman, hitting .380 on the year, 2 home runs, 31 RBIs, and 1 stolen base. So, Dodge City here, runner on third to start the game, and one of those things where Stanek guy hasn't given up a whole lot of runs all year, as mentioned with that 1.11 ERA, and you got to get after him early. Dodge City on the year, when they score early, they've done well. So, Cook up the middle there. Shortstop fields it over to the first baseman, to Workington. It will score a run, though, and we are tied here 1-1 at Lawrence-Dumont Stadium with 1 out. And up comes center fielder number 12, Jake Peterson, for the Conks.
Batting third, the center fielder, number 12, Jake Peterson.
Peterson, the left-hander from Amarillo, Texas, takes the first pitch just a little low for a ball. So we got a 1-0 count here, 1 out, bottom of the first, and a tie game, 1-1. Johnson County plates a run in the top of the first on 1 hit, and Dodge City responds right out of the gates with a leadoff double by Cade Engel, who then comes around to score on a Braden Cook ground out, moved over to third on that error as the ball got put into the right field corner. So Peterson looks at pitch number 2 there, takes it for a strike, 1-1 count. Stanek from the windup throws one there for a ball. So we're looking at a 3-1 count now. So a little behind there. I apologize, folks. 3-1 count to Peterson. And he's going to foul that one off. There is a lot of foul ground down the third base line, but that one is going to get out of play. So we have a full count here, 3-2 to our to center fielder Jake Peterson. 1-1 game, 1 out here on just an absolutely gorgeous night. Cannot say it enough how nice a night it is here out in Wichita. Stanek with the windup. And Peterson takes strike 3 called looking. And that's one that if you're head coach Phil Stevenson, you don't want to see. If you're going to go down, you might as well go down swinging. So one of those things, first time through the lineup, you got to adjust to the umpire's strike zone. Look to be there from our perspective. So that will bring up first baseman number 37, Talon Schaller. Talon Schaller, currently the single-season home run leader for Dodge City with 17 jacks on the year. Takes first pitch there, called for a strike. So 17 home runs on the year. That is a single-season record for Dodge City. Comes into tonight's game with 75 runs batted in, just 2 shy of the single-season record. So Talon looking to do a little bit of damage here this weekend in this double elimination tournament and see if he can move himself up that list and own himself a second school record here at Dodge City. Schaller looking at an 0-2 count here and fouls one away, so we are going to do it again. Second foul ball that Schaller's been able to fight off. Stanek's trying to pound the zone a little bit after giving up that run, it looks like. Sitting here right behind home plate, up in the press box. And for 10 minutes to 9 o'clock, crowd has decided to stick around, so they're getting their money's worth. 1-2 count, taken low there, a little bit in the dirt. Stanek tries to waste one. And we'll go to a 2-2 count here. 2 outs, bottom of the first. Schaller just gets a piece of that one, goes foul again. So both teams coming out swinging here in the first inning, really fighting off some pitches and working those pitch counts, which you cannot stress enough in a double elimination tournament over 5 days that pitching's something that you got to try to last as long as you can and get to that Monday or Tuesday when you know your bullpen's going to be needed. Stanek from the windup. Schaller's going to foul that one off. Doesn't look like it's going to get out of play here down the first base line. A lot more room down the first base line than the third base line here at Lawrence-Dumont Stadium. Bullpens are in play down both the first and third base line. Dodge City occupying the third base dugout tonight as the home team. Won the coin flip last night at the coaches' meeting, so they are the home team. Stanek from the windup, and Schaller fouls off yet another one down the first base line. Assistant coach Michael Lonsdale just missing getting his hand on that one, so Johnson County will send one of their players from the dugout down to retrieve it. As Stanek looks in from the windup, and Schaller holds off, misses low and outside for a ball. So 2-2 count here for first baseman Talon Schaller. Schaller takes one, just misses low, and it's a full count here. As Schaller's really kind of kept his eye on things. 10th pitch of the at-bat for Talon Schaller, really working to fight some pitches off there. At one point, it fouled off 3 straight pitches. And Schaller's going to put another one up into play. This one's going to stay in play down third base line. Third baseman is able to get under that. Olinger, and we are end of the inning there. So DC3 ties the game up on a hit by leadoff hitter Cade Engel, and we will head to the second inning with the score tied. Dodge City 1, Johnson County 1. We'll be back here in 30 seconds. You're watching Conquistador Baseball on the Conquistador Sports Network. All right, we head to the top of the second here. We got leadoff batter, left fielder Brian Sullivan's going to put one into play to third baseman Johnny Chavez on a one-hopper. Throws over to first and Talon Schaller, and we have one out. One pitch, one out, just what you want to see if you are starting pitcher for Dodge City, Hayden Davey, after a little bit of work in that first inning, giving up that one run on a hit after walking the leadoff batter, and that's going to help a little bit. So that'll bring up right fielder number 32, Troy Daring, for Johnson County. Takes first pitch in there for a strike. As again, I'd like to give a bit of a shout out to John Avey and the DC3 broadcasting department for providing the equipment. Davey throws in a pitch there, misses inside a little bit, gets Daring out of his stance, back off a little bit as he is trying to crowd the play a little bit there and get what he can off of Davey. Davey sends in a 1-1, and that's going to get down the line, and that's going to be extra bases. So Fullerton has quite the time trying to hunt that one down, and that's going to end up being a triple. So one out triple by Daring down the right field line, and that's going to put the go-ahead run for Johnson County here in the top of the second on third with one out. Bring up catcher number 33, Jake Karst. Davey's going to work from the stretch here with that runner on third, sends in the pitch, and Johnson County's going to try a suicide squeeze. Davey doesn't have a play at home, so he throws over to Schaller on the bunt. So Johnson County will play to run. DC3 deciding to trade the out for the run there, knowing that it is only the top of the second. Plenty of baseball still to play tonight, and Johnson County reclaims the lead at 2-1. So 2 outs here in the top of the second. That'll clear the bases, as that'll bring up second baseman number 9 hole hitter, number 8, Matt Johnson. Johnson takes first pitch, fouls it off, a little behind on that one, sends it over the first base row of seats, so that one's up and out of play. No need to worry about that one, and we got an 0-1 count. Does the same thing with the second pitch of the at-bat, and he's quickly in a hole 0-2 there. So Davey from the windup here, 0-2 count. Doesn't waste any time, goes right at him, gets him to go down swinging, and Dodge City is out of the inning there. So 1 run on 1 hit for Johnson County. There were no errors, no one left on base, and we head to the bottom of the second. Johnson County 2, Dodge City 1. We will be back in 30 seconds on the Conquistador Sports Network. Welcome back here to Lawrence-Dumont Stadium. Bottom of the second here with Johnson County up on Dodge City 2-1 after a safety squeeze play there with a 1-out triple by Johnson County. Leading off the bottom of the second for Dodge will be catcher number 13, Dawson Tate. Comes into tonight with a .351 batting average. Takes first pitch for a strike. Stanek from the windup, and Tate fouls that one off. So quickly in a hole 0-2. No outs here in the bottom of the second. Final game of the day from Lawrence-Dumont Stadium. We'll run down through some scores here at the end of this inning for you, kind of get you updated on what tomorrow is setting up to look like. Tate with the 0-2 goes down swinging, and there is quickly one out in the bottom of the second here for Dodge City. Something Johnson County starting pitcher Brendan Stanek was not able to do in the bottom of the first. Right fielder number 27, Richard Fullerton, steps in, takes first pitch for a called strike. So Fullerton, 308 batting average on the year here. One out, Stanek from the windup, and Fullerton fights that one off. So Stanek with the 0-2 count. Fullerton lays off. Stanek tries kind of putting one down and away there, seeing if he can get Fullerton to chase. Holds off. So we go to a 1-2 count here, bottom of the second, 2-1 Johnson County, as Fullerton really has to work to hold off there. There's a peel down to the first base umpire who says no swing, so we'll go to a 2-2 count here. One out, bottom of the second, with Johnson County on top, 2-1. Really, what Dodge City's been able to do here is really kind of work Stanek a little bit with the pitch count. We'll get a pitch count here for you in just a moment. Stanek from the windup, and Fullerton again fouls off another pitch. That is 29 now, and we're only at one out in the bottom of the second. So through 1 1/3 innings, Stanek has really had to work and try to put these DC3 batters away. A lot of fouling off pitches. Talon Schaller himself fouled off 5 pitches before finally fouling out. And there goes down Richard Fullerton swinging. So second strikeout of the inning for Brendan Stanek, his third of the night, and that will bring up designated hitter number 32, Gavin Gifford, in the 7-hole here tonight for Dodge City. Gifford making his 30th start of the year, hitting .304 on the year with 7 home runs. So got a little bit of pop in the bat if you can get a hold of one here. Not a lot. There's no wind to be found. Gifford takes the first pitch there inside, turns away from it, and ball one. So 1-0 count. Gifford drove in 27 runs here on the year. 1-0 pitch there, called for a strike on the inside corner. Stanek tried hitting that on the first pitch, didn't get the call, gets it there. So 1-1 count to Gavin Gifford, designated hitter for Dodge City. And there he's able to get a hold of one. It's going to drop in there, is it? Just fouled, about 1.5 feet, 2 feet foul. Otherwise, that's probably extra bases for Gifford. So with no wind tonight, you're going to really have to get a hold of one. It's only 330 down the lines here, 385 in the power alleys, and then 400 to dead center. There is a video board down in the left center field area. No video tonight, as this is the home of the Wichita Wingnuts, working on a limited staff tonight. Gifford takes the 1-2 pitch outside and low for a ball, so 2-2 count. We are here in the bottom of the second, 2 outs. 2-1 Johnson County, and Stanek with the windup and the pitch. And Gifford takes it looking, and Stanek strikes out the side to end the inning. So no runs, no hits, no errors, and no one left on base for Dodge City. We head to the top of the third here from Lawrence-Dumont Stadium. Johnson County 2, Dodge City 1. We'll be back in 30 seconds on the Conquistador Sports Network. Welcome back in here to Lawrence-Dumont Stadium as we head to the top of the third here in the final game of the night. Johnson County with a 2-1 lead. They'll have leadoff batter number 5, Nick McMurray, to start things off in the top of the third. Give you a quick rundown of games today. Winners are Neosho County, Cowley County, and Hutch. They all move on to the winners bracket tomorrow. Barton will meet Fort Scott at 10 a.m. in an elimination game tomorrow. Well, Kansas City, Kansas will await the loser of this one tonight. Winner of this game does get number 3, Hutchinson Community College. They were 7-1 winners today over KCK as Davey with the first pitch there. Outside for a ball. So 1-0 count to McMurray. His first at-bat tonight. He was able to walk, come around to score following a couple of safety bunts, or a safety bunt there, or a sacrifice bunt, I guess, and then a single that drove him in up the middle. So 1-1 count here for shortstop McMurray with Davey working here. Pitch count not quite as high as Stanix. He's sitting at 33 right now, and McMurray's going to try to lay down a bunt. Davey with a great jump off the mound to get it. Throws over to Schaller at first, and there is one out very quickly here in the top of the third for Dodge City. That will bring up Maurice Bruce, who is officially 0 for 0 on the night after laying down a sacrifice bunt in the top of the first. Davey's pitch count now at 34, 24 for strikes, so really trying to pound the zone, rely on his defense. First pitch there to Bruce, in for a strike, puts it on the outside corner and gets Bruce to kind of take a hack at one. So 0-1 count here. Davey working ahead on things. Fouls one away and quickly 0-2 here. So kind of like what he did there, the top of the second, got off to a quick start with a 1 pitch, 1 out, and then kind of just pound the zone and see if you can get some outs quick. Trying to do the same thing here. Davey from the stretch, and that's going to be a fair ball. Tate fields it, throws it over to Schaller at first, and Bruce just stayed there, thought he hit it off his foot, foul ball, but umpires sit there, they look at it, they call him out, so very quickly 2 outs here in the top of the third. One of those things there, folks, where you just got to make sure that no matter, until that umpire calls it, you got to run it out. And I know sometimes these college players try to sell it, but with a 3-man umpire crew here tonight, it's going to be hard to do. So that will bring up first baseman number 35, Matt Workington. He is 1 for 1 on the night with a single and an RBI. Drove in the first run of the game. Takes first pitch in for a strike. So again, 0-1 count for Davey, who's been trying to work ahead here so far in these early innings. Gets the call in the inside corner there, breaks right across the heart of the plate and in there. So 0-2 count to Workington. As we are in the top of the third here, Dodge City versus Johnson County. So strike 3, swinging. Tate unable to hold on, but fields the ball, throws it over to Schaller at first, and a very quick 1-2-3 inning. First one of the night for Davey, and so no runs, no hits, no errors, no one left on base for Johnson County. We head to the bottom of the third here. Dodge City will have Chavez, Bergdahl, and Engel due up. We'll be back in 30 seconds. You're listening to Dodge City Baseball on the Conquistador Sports Network. Welcome back in here to Lawrence-Dumont Stadium, Dodge City Baseball here in game number 4 of the day of the NJCAA Region 6 Central District Tournament. Dodge City and Johnson County playing the nightcap here. Johnny Chavez, third baseman for Dodge City, steps into the batter's box with a .208 batting average. Stanek with the first pitch, misses low, so Chavez starts off here with a ball, 1-0 count. Look like Stanek's trying to just, again, do what the scouting report calls for, kind of pound the zone. And, again, trying to hit it low, and that is a 2-0 count now for Johnny Chavez up in the count. Kind of able to sit back here and wait for his pitch. So, Stanek from the windup and fouls one away. Chavez got one he likes, unable to get it, fouls it off outside of play. So, 2-1 count here. Again, we are on the top of the third. Leadoff batter Johnny Chavez, third baseman for Dodge City, leading things off. Chavez takes a pitch low outside for a ball. So we are now looking at a 3-1 count, and we'll see what head coach Phil Stevenson gives Chavez here for some signs. Standing with the pitch, and Chavez puts one up the middle, and that is through a base hit. Second base hit of the game for Dodge City, and that's going to get things going here in the bottom of the third. So, 9-hole hitter Cole Bergdahl coming up the bat. One of those things that Phil Stevenson has had him there most of the year now, playing in that 9-hole spot as the shortstop. See if Coach Stevenson elects to move over Chavez on a sacrifice bunt, or if you're going to try to flip the lineup over with Bergdahl. Bergdahl lays down a bunt. Stanek fields, throws over to first baseman Workington, and there is one out. Runner moves over to second. That'll be Chavez moving over to second on the 1-3 sack bunt. So 1 out here in the bottom of the third. Dodge City with a runner on second, and up to bat Cade Angle, who led off things for Dodge City with a leadoff double in the top of the first. Moved over to third on an error by the right fielder trying to field that ball in the corner, and then came home on a RBI ground out by Braden Cook. Stanek from the stretch, misses low and outside. Really having to work here tonight. Pitch count already at 42 here in the bottom of the third with 1 out. So you got to wonder how long head coach for Johnson County will decide to ride their ace tonight. Angle takes the 1-0 count, takes one and hacks away, misses, just gets a piece of it. So 1-1 count here in the bottom of the third. Angle looking to see if he can bring Chavez in, or at least move him over and give Cook a chance to bring him home and tie this game up here at 2. Stanek from the stretch, misses low and outside. So whatever kind of scouting report head coach Phil Stevenson got, he's been spot on so far. Stanek really trying to hit that low outside spot with his slider, and Dodge City's been able to do well so far in laying off that pitch and waiting for one that they know they like. Stanek takes a look back at Chavez at second, puts the pitch in there. Angle takes it for a called strike. So 2-2 count here. 1 out in the bottom of the third. Stanek, a local product for Johnson County, 6'1", 170-pound sophomore from Overland Park, Kansas. As Stanek comes sets, takes a quick look at Chavez, and Angle's able to hold off on that one, send the count to a full count here. 3-2, 1 out. As nightfall is upon us here in Wichita. Got the lights on, playing under the lights for only the 4th time this year. Dodge City is 3-0 under the lights on the year. Stanek from the stretch takes a quick look and misses outside. So puts runners on first and second for Dodge City. Angle's able to draw that walk, bring up Braden Cook to the plate. Cook hitting .378 on the year. Johnson County catcher will go out, have a quick little conversation. That's Jake Kurse going out and having a quick conversation with his pitcher, Stanek. Maybe got to wonder with Chavez able to get about 8-9 pitches there at second base, maybe seeing if he's getting some signs and have to switch that up. So prime opportunity here for Braden Cook to come in here, and base hit will definitely score one. With Angle speed, you got to think he'll move over to third on a base hit. Cook's driven in 31 on the year, hitting .378, so definitely has the bat to do it. Prime opportunity here. Takes the first pitch in there for a strike. So Braden Cook will be working with an 0-1 count here with Brendan Stanek on the mound. Really having to work here tonight. Out of his 48 pitches so far, 29 forced strikes. So a lot of those strikes have been foul balls, though. He's really had to work as he takes a quick look, takes 2 looks back at Chavez, and that's going to be a wild pitch, and runners are going to move to second and third, and Dodge City's really cooking now. So Cook gets the signs from head coach Phil Stevenson, who's over there talking to Chavez at third. Steps into the box. Stanek looking over the signs he's getting from his catcher Karst. Comes set with the delivery, and Cook is able to foul one off and just keep working that pitch count up. Talking to head coach Stevenson before the game, he said, you know what, if we can get Stanek out of there, work his pitch count up, it's just a matter of sitting there waiting on a pitch we like, laying off that pitch he's going to try to waste on you, and then knowing that if we can get into their bullpen early, we like our odds. So, Karst goes over the signs with Stanek. Stanek comes set with the pitch, and that's going to be a little high chopper. Stanek has no play but at first to throw out Cook, but it is going to score a run. So that is now 2 RBIs for Cook on the night, and we are tied. Engel moves over to third, and that will bring up center fielder Jake Peterson with 2 outs. So after Johnson County reclaims a 2-1 lead in the top of the second, Dodge City able to come back here in the bottom of the third, tie things up, and has the go-ahead run just 90 feet away at third base. So Jake Peterson comes into tonight, .344 average, 4 home runs, 36 RBIs. Takes the first pitch there for a strike. So quickly down 0-1 in the count. Peterson, the left-hander, one of the few in the Dodge City lineup here tonight. Stanek comes set with the pitch, misses low, trying to pound that inside corner. Definitely over the plate, but misses low. So we head to a 1-1 count here, bottom of the third with 2 outs. Stanek comes set with the pitch, hits the outside corner, kind of working inside out here. Tries going inside with the first 2 pitches, moves it to a 1-1 count, and then gets the call there on the outside corner. So Peterson's really going to have to work here and fight some pitches away with a 1-2 count. Again, you got Cade Engel, speedster down at third base there, just 90 feet away. So base hit's going to score 1. Stanek wastes a pitch there, and you got to wonder if you are head coach for Johnson County, Kent Shelley, if you really want him wasting pitches at that point. Through 2 2/3 innings, he's already at 55 pitches. So unless he can really kind of settle down here in the next couple innings, you don't know how much longer you'll see out of their ace. Peterson's going to foul one off. That's going to stay in play down the third base line. Third baseman camps under it and makes the catch for out number 3. So in the inning, Dodge City is able to plate that tying run on 1 hit. So 1 run, 1 hit, no errors. They do leave a runner at third, though. So we head to the top of the 4th. Johnson County 2, Dodge City 2. You're listening and watching Conquistador Baseball on the Conquistador Sports Network. Welcome back in here, folks. Lawrence-Dumont Stadium, Dodge City Community College baseball. We are in the top of the fourth inning in a 2-2 game between Dodge City and Johnson County. Johnson County with their designated hitter Tanner Padgett to lead off the top of the fourth here. Hayden Davey still working on the mound for Dodge City, and that's going to be a line shot right back up the middle. Davey tries to get a glove on it, unable to do so. Rolls into center field, and that's a leadoff base hit for Johnson County. So, one pitch, and very quickly, base runner on first for the Cavaliers. And that will bring up third baseman, number 28, Brant Ollinger for the Cavaliers. So, after both teams played a run in the first inning, Johnson County takes a 2-1 lead in the second. Dodge City responds with a run in the third, and here we are in the fourth. Davey with the first pitch there to Ollinger, misses high. So, sitting here on just dead beautiful night, no wind in sight, and pretty decent crowd spread throughout this ballpark. Davey puts one past Ollinger there, evens the count at 1-1, no outs. You got Padgett over there first. Wouldn't necessarily expect him to be much of a threat, not taking much of a lead off at all, about step and a half off the bag, so no threat to run, and that's going to be a tailor-made double play ball, 4-6, but throws just a little off, so that'll be a fielder's choice for Ollinger. Dodge City does get the lead runner there at second base with angle over to Bergdahl, so erase that first runner. You still keep things the same with a runner on first, but you do get the out. So worse things could have happened there for the Conks, keeping things where they are. You still got that chance at a double play ball, bringing up left fielder Brian Sullivan for Johnson County. Davey from the windup just misses a bit inside. Look good here from our press box. We're sitting directly behind home plate. Getting word here from bus driver Justin Hergert that ball just a little low. Davey with a pickoff play, and they got him. That's going to be a 1-3-6 caught stealing. So Ollinger getting off the base just a little much there, unable to read Davey's move, and Davey gets him there, picking him off. So that'll officially go down as a 1-3-6 caught stealing, and now there are quickly 2 outs here in the top of the fourth for Dodge City, no one on. Davey with the 1-0 count gets the call in the outside corner there, so evens the count at 1-1 for the Conks. Davey now with the pitch count of 46 on the night through 3 2/3, and this might just get him out the inning, but deep in the hole will no throw by Cole Bergdahl, the shortstop. That'll be a base hit to the shortstop and put a runner on base for Johnson County with 2 outs. So Johnson County comes into the year with a 44-14 record tonight. Had an 18-game winning streak at one point. Davey gets a first pitch in there, fouled away by right fielder Troy Daring Jr. So quickly an 0-1 count. But Johnson County, 14th ranked team in the country. Daring takes pitch there for strike number 2. Davey working with an 0-2 count now. See if you can maybe get Daring to chase. Johnson County's been consistent all year, up until a little bit of a late season snag there where they kind of stumbled down the stretch, went 4-5 overall. But Davey misses one high there, tries to get Daring to chase up and away. Been pounding down low in the zone and away, tried to change elevation there. Doesn't get Daring to bite. So 1-2 count here, 2 outs, top of the fourth. We are in a 2-2 ball game from Lawrence-Dumont Stadium, and Davey tries bearing one, check swing, appeal down to first base umpire, and there was no swing. So 2-2 count, 2 outs. So as some people would like to refer to it as deuces wild here, top of the fourth inning in a 2-2 game. Davey takes a quick look over at first at the runner from the stretch, and that's going to be a base hit as Schaller has to stay on and hold that runner. So they are calling what they're going to do is they're going to call runner interference on that. Schaller did not have a chance to make that play, so they're going to call runner interference on the first base runner, Brian Sullivan, and the Conchs are out of this inning. Looks so something you don't see every day there, folks. But DC3 gets out of the inning there. So in the inning for Johnson County, no runs, 2 hits, no errors, and 1 left on base. We are going to head to the bottom of the 4th here, and Schaller will lead things off for the Conchs. We'll be back in 30 seconds on the Conquistador Sports Network. We are back here at Lawrence-Dumont Stadium. Talon Schaller stepping into the plate, stepping into the box to take a look at second chance at Johnson County starting pitcher Brendan Stanek. Stanek with the first pitch, off speed, got Schaller swinging through it, something that Schaller has really struggled with all year here now in Dodge City's 57th game of the year. Talon Schaller has been definitely a staple in that part of the lineup. Played in all 57 games now, and that's going to be a base hit through the right side for Schaller. So 0-1 count, Schaller able to kind of wait on one, put it right past the second baseman, who misses it on a diving effort. And Dodge City has leadoff runner on here in the bottom of the 4th. So that will bring up catcher number 13, Dawson Tate. More of a utility man this year. Really been able to kind of fill holes where he needs to, playing a lot, splitting time between third base and catcher. Head coach Phil Stevenson decides to put him at catcher tonight. Takes the first pitch of the at-bat outside and away, and quite the move there by Jake Karst to kind of get a glove on that and keep that from going back to the backstop. Talon Schaller over at first doesn't have a whole lot of speed, but you got to figure if that gets back to the backstop, he's probably taking second on a wild pitch. So 1-0 count here to Tate from Stanek, second at bat of the night for Tate. And Tate takes ball 2 upstairs, quickly 2-0 count. And still no movement up in the Johnson County pen. Only 60 pitches here for Stanek so far through 3+ innings of work. But you got to figure 3 innings of baseball, and that's going to be a bit of a high pitch count when you're worried about trying to get through 5 days of baseball. So 2-0 count, Tate fouls one back, a little behind on it, goes over the press box and suites here at Lawrence-Dumont Stadium on the right side. So that one goes back into the parking lots here in downtown Wichita, as it'll send things to a 2-1 count. Runner on first for Dodge City and first baseman Talon Schaller, and Stanek from the stretch. Pitch just misses, look good, might have been a little bit outside there. So we're sitting right on that outside right or left-handed batter's box corner. Didn't miss by much. So sends things to a 3-1 count. Good plate discipline there by Tate. Stanek takes a look over the signs, gets a 3-1 pitch, and gets Tate to pop up over to first baseman in foul territory, who makes the catch for the out. So 1 out now for the Cavaliers here in the bottom of the 4th. Leaves Schaller at first, and that will bring up right fielder Richard Fullerton for Dodge City. Fullerton now hitting .306 on the year, first at bat tonight. he struck out swinging. See if he can kind of get a little bit better read on Stanek. Stanek from the stretch with the pitch. High upstairs for a ball. 1-0 count. And there have not been a whole lot of first pitch strikes by Stanek tonight. He's really tried to get these Dodge City players to take a couple swings at him, and they're really laying off. So whatever head coach Phil Stevenson was able to say to these guys in batting practice tonight has really worked. Stanek from the windup. They send Schaller on a hit and run. Stanek will field that little grounder by himself, get the out, but it will move the runner over to second base. So hit and run probably saves you from getting the inning-ending double play there, but 2 outs now for designated hitter Gavin Gifford. Gifford in the bottom of the second earlier tonight. He just missed on putting one down the left field line. Missed by about foot and a half is all. Otherwise, it would have probably been extra bases for the freshman. So Stanek looks in. First pitch. In for a strike right down the heart of the plate. Gifford taken there all the way. Figured might as well take a pitch. Stanek hasn't thrown a whole lot of first pitch strikes tonight, so why not make him throw you one before you decide to take a hack at one. So Stanek looks over the signs with catcher Karst. Comes set, takes a quick look over at Schaller at second with the pitch. And Gifford's going to put one through, and Phil Stevenson's going to send Schaller to home, and that throw is going to be late. That's going to score a run, and that's a RBI for designated hitter Gavin Gifford, and the Conks lead 3-2. So, first lead of the night for DC3. Brings home Schaller. You know, with 2 outs, you're sending that runner. He's moving on contact. And for Gifford, that is RBI number 28 on the year. Brings up Johnny Chavez. Johnny Chavez with a single in the bottom of the third tonight was able to come around and score, tie the game at 2 for DC3. So DC3 has been able to get after Johnson County starting pitcher tonight, Brendan Stanek. Stanek throws first pitch there, low outside for a ball. 1-0 count to Chavez here. Ball 2 low, and you just got to wonder. You know, in a game like this where you're getting off to a late start about 90 minutes late, you're sitting around all day, only the 4th night game of the year for Dodge City, you had to wonder how they were going to come out and play after having to sit around a hotel room, and they've responded well. Stanek with the pitch. Chavez fouls it right off his foot, and the umpire is going to have to give him some time on that one, because you know when that comes right off your foot, it's going to take a moment to kind of get that to go away. So, as we kind of keep a pitch count on things here, Stanek now up to 70 pitches. Johnson County looks content to just ride them out as long as they can here. They know that you got to save your bullpen as much as you can. Stanek with a wild pitch there. That's going to send Gifford to second, and that thing missed well outside, bounced outside in front of the plate. So catcher Karst didn't have much of a play on that one, and head coach for Johnson County is going to come out here, Kent Shelley. He wants to take a look at his pitcher because he feels like he might have tweaked something on that one. So as we reset for you here, in the bottom of the 4th, Dodge City has a runner on second. It is a 3-1 count to Johnny Chavez when we return to play. So Dodge City with their first lead of the night. Johnson County puts up runs in the first and second inning. Dodge with single runs in the first, the third, and now the 4th after that RBI single by Gavin Gifford. Really able to just string hits together when you need to. Johnson County still out hitting Dodge 5-4, but Dodge City's been able to get the hits when they need them to bring some runs in. So head coach for Johnson County, Kent Shelley, back into the dugout after checking on Brendan Stanek, their starting pitcher. Stanek with the 3-1 count, misses high for ball 4, so Chavez will get the free pass, put runners on first and second with 2 outs, and that'll bring up 9-hole hitter for Dodge City, Cole Bergdahl. Bergdahl hitting .234 on the year. This is one of those situations where see a lot of times you put a player in this position where they can hopefully flip that lineup over for you. And right now a base hit will probably score Gifford from second knowing that you're moving on contact. So Bergdahl steps out of the box real quick just to get a second look at the signs from head coach Phil Stevenson. Stanek takes a look at the runner at second and throws one down outside and low for a ball, 1-0 count. By my count now, that is 4 straight balls for Brendan Stanek, starting pitcher for Johnson County. Pitch count sitting at 73, and something had to have happened on that foul ball that he threw to Chavez because he has not been the same after that pitch. So Stanek takes the signs from Karst, throws one just a bit outside, and it is now 2-0. 5 straight balls for Brendan Stanek, Johnson County starting pitcher. And you got to wonder how much longer head coach for Johnson County, Kent Shelley, is going to sit there and not think about getting some movement up in the pen. So Stanek with the pitch there, 2-0 count. Bergdahl able to foul one away. And, of course, just as I say that you got to wonder how much longer head coach Kent Shelley is going to sit there and wait to make a move to the pen, we see some movement down, walking down slowly down that first base line to get some relievers up and moving around just to see how serious this injury is for Stanek. Stanek comes set, takes a quick look at Gifford at second, misses outside, bit off the plate there inside the left-hand batter's box. So 3-1 count here for Cole Bergdahl. See what head coach Phil Stevenson decides to do here. Maybe give him the take sign and say, you know what, he's thrown 7 of his last 8 pitches as balls, and the only strike was a foul, and there it is, another ball. So ball 4, walk to Bergdahl. Bases loaded for lead-off hitter Cade Engel. So if you're looking for a prime opportunity to really do some damage here, now is the time. Karst heads out to kind of talk over some signs with Stanek, maybe buy some time for those guys over in the bullpen, but as of now, they've just walked down there. There isn't anything serious going on, and again, now you got 3 pitchers kind of down there. You wonder which one may be starting to get loose because you know you're going to have to ride Stanek out this inning unless something absolutely disastrous happens where you don't have time to get one of those pitchers warmed up. But we'll see what Engel can do here with 2 outs and the bases loaded. First pitch down low, just off the plate. So 1-0 count here for Cade Engel. Again, you look at it now, 9 of the last 10 pitches for Brendan Stanek have been balls. Stanek working from the windup now, and Engel swings through one there, saw a pitch he liked, unable to get on top of it, and so that will even the count. 1-1, 2 outs here, bottom of the 4th inning. Score 3-2 Dodge City. Stanek from the windup and gets another pitch right down in there. You got to just wonder if he's maybe a little bit more comfortable throwing from the windup. You know Gifford at third with the bases loaded. You're not going to try sending him on anything crazy here in a 3-2 game in only the 4th inning. So Engel here with a 1-2 count is going to have to try to protect and see if he can poke one through either left or right side. There's a lot of gap up the middle. Stanek with the pitch. Down low. Good block by catcher Karst there to prevent one from going to the backstop. You got to wonder if head coach Phil Stevenson would have sent Gifford knowing that he's not the speediest guy on the team there. So we'll even things up here. 2-2 count, 2 outs in the bottom of the 4th. 3-2 Dodge City. Engel looks in, stares down, pitcher Stanek, and Stanek from the windup, and that's going to be just a chopper over to second. Second baseman cleans it, fields it cleanly, gets the 3rd out of the inning. So Dodge leaves the bases loaded. They end up scoring 1 run on 2 hits. There were no errors, but again, you leave the bases loaded. And we head to the top of the 5th. Your score, Dodge City 3, Johnson County 2. You're watching Conquistador Baseball on the Conquistador Sports Network. So welcome back here to Lawrence-Dumont Stadium. We're in the top of the 5th inning in the nightcap of the day 1 of the NJCAA Region 6 Central District Tournament. Johnson County will lead things off here with catcher number 33, Jake Karst. Dodge City able to claim their first lead of the night in the bottom of the 4th there. Hayden Davey still on the mound for the Conquistadors. First pitch in there, low for a ball. So Karst will be looking at a 1-0 count here from Davey, who is working from the stretch. Ball 2 a little bit up and in there on Karst, so quickly 2-0 count on him. Davey sitting at a pitch count of 54, relatively where you want to see it at as he throws one in there. 2-0 count. Karst gets a piece of it, fouls one away right below us here in the press box, makes things a 2-1 count. Davey, in his last start against Coffeyville last Friday night, Game 1 of the Region 6 opening series, 102 pitches, 7 scoreless innings on just 2 days rest. So you got to tip your cap to Hayden Davey, one of the better pitchers down the stretch in the KJCCC West. Gets Karst to foul away a second one there, and we're looking at a 2-2 count here with no outs in the top of the 5th. So Davey from the stretch tries going up and in again, maybe changing elevation, maybe trying to get Karst off the plate. These Johnson County batters are really trying to get as much of that plate as they can, crowd that line. Hard to do on a turf field when you know the lines are already chalked for you. And Davey misses upstairs for ball 4, and lead-off batter for Johnson County is aboard. So here at Lawrence-Dumont Stadium, you're looking at 330 down the lines, 385 to the power alleys, and then 400 to dead center with a green wall for a bit of a hitter's eye. Everything here playing surface-wise is turf besides the pitcher's mound. That is the only natural dirt thing on this field, as second baseman Matt Johnson steps in and lays down a sacrifice bunt. Chavez charges in from third, makes the throw over to Schaller for the out. So 5-3 on the sacrifice bunt. Tate makes sure to head over to third and cover third where Chavez is no longer at, to make sure that Karst can't take third on that. So Karst moves to second, and that'll bring up leadoff hitter number 5, Nick McMurray for the Cavaliers. Sitting here just over an hour into the game, we are in the top of the 5th, 1 out. Started this game at 8:31 was first pitch. We're now staring at 9:39 as Davey first pitch into McMurray for a strike. McMurray officially 0 for 1 on the night, walked in the first to get things started, and then laid down a bunt in the top of the 3rd. So, as we stare things here down, 0-1 count, misses low for a ball, and great play by catcher Tate to really pounce out of his stance there, make sure the ball doesn't get too far away from him. It was a little low, and keep Karst over there at second base and not give him a free base on that. So 1-1 count here for Davey, working from the stretch. Big left-hander working on left-handed batter McMurray. And McMurray just gets a piece of that, fouls one away. Davey, the 6'4", 200-pound sophomore from Idalou, Texas, came into tonight with a 3-1 overall record, 3.99 ERA. Again, though, last start out, 7 scoreless innings on just 2 days rest. So Davey with the 1-2 there, misses outside, trying to get an outside corner call there from the home plate umpire. Home plate umpire tells him just a little bit more off than I'm going to give you. So evens things up at 2-2. Davey takes a look at the runner at second, throws another one outside, maybe trying to set things up here, sends the count full. We'll see if Davey decides and elects to maybe send one back in and kind of get that pitcher, or get McMurray leaning out just to kind of jam him back in and see if he can get a strike 3 call. So Davey comes set, doesn't bother with the runner at second, and with the pitch, McMurray fouls one off to the left, out of play, into the parking lot here at Lawrence-Dumont Stadium, and that's a foul ball that you're going to have to wait for a while to get back. Here in the region tournament, try to cut down on costs. They do ask for foul balls to be returned, so we'll see if they can get that one back. Davey with the stretch and the pitch, and just another foul ball by McMurray, really trying to work Davey here. Second straight pitch off to the left, fouled away, out of play, out of the stadium into the parking lot. So a couple balls that you're going to have to go try to retrieve. Crowd sticking around here, scattered throughout. They've settled into their spots, like what they see. Davey takes a look at the runner at second, jams McMurray inside, but misses for ball 4. And McMurray's drawn his second walk of the night to put runners on first and second with 1 out. So into the box will step right-handed batter Maurice Bruce Jr. He is a 5'8" sophomore from Raytown, Missouri. Sacrifice bunt in the top of the first before putting down another bunt in the top of the third. So unable to reach base thus far in the game tonight. Davey takes a look at the runner at second here with 1 out, and Bruce just gets a piece of 1 there, sends it back to the backstop, and 0-1 count for Davey. Davey now sitting at a pitch count of 68. Had to work a little bit this inning. He was sitting about 53 to start the inning, so with only 1 out, he's had to really work, put those 2 runners on now, both via walk. So we'll see if Davey can maybe induce a ground ball here. Conk's kind of playing back on the diamond, knowing that it's a turf field, something they're comfortable with, something they've played on all year at home, so they know what to expect out of those turf hops. Davey from the stretch misses high, so we're sitting at a 1-1 count here, 1 out in the top of the 5th. Your score, Dodge City 3, Johnson County 2, as we're looking at currently 63 degrees in the ballpark. And Davey sends the pitch in. Bruce fouls it away. So now 1-2 count. And what Davey's been really able to do thus far is get those foul balls, get those guys to foul them away, get ahead in the count very early on. But really has not been able to get the strikeouts thus far. Just 2 strikeouts through 4 1/3 innings. Something that came into the game averaging roughly 7. But strike 3 there gets Bruce to swing through a pitch in the dirt. Tate applies the tag. Doesn't matter. First base was occupied, and there are quickly now 2 outs in the top of the 5th and a much-needed out for Davey. So that will bring up first baseman, 3-hole hitter Matt Workington for the Cavaliers. Workington a strikeout victim in his last at-bat to end the top of the 3rd. Davey takes a check of the runner, puts up, and that's going to be a ball over center fielder Peterson's head to the fence, and that's going to score 2 for Johnson County, and they are going to reclaim the lead at 4-2. So stand-up double into the right center gap for Workington, and that quickly makes things back, swings the pendulum back in Johnson County's favor. Now a 4-2 lead. So into the box steps right-handed batter, number 22, Tanner Paget. Paget, the 6'6" freshman from Wichita here, local kid, playing here at Lawrence-Dumont Stadium. As Davey sends the first pitch in there for a strike. Paget appeared to be taken all the way there. Davey worked the outside a little bit there, the outer half of the plate, and gets one in there for a strike, 0-1 count. So Davey takes a quick look at the runner. Cook's not holding him on, and foul ball there by Paget. Took a hack at one, little behind on it, just gets a piece of it, sends it back to the screen. Quickly 0-2 here. And if you're starting pitcher Hayden Davey, you maybe got a little room to work with now on Paget. So Davey with the pitch inside, nearly hits Paget, but Paget's able to get out of the way, take a 1-2 count into this next pitch here. Again, we are in the top of the 5th. Johnson County just reclaimed a 1-run lead at 4-3 on a 2-out, 2 RBI double to the right center field wall by Workington. So Paget with the 1-2 count, fouls one away down the third base line into the Dodge City dugout, and Dodge City will send closer. They will send down closer Dalton Harvey down to the pen to retrieve it. So, sitting here with plenty of room down the third base line to work if there is a foul ball. Davey takes a look at the runner, and they're going to try a pickoff move, and they got him. So, Braden Cook kind of sneaking in there, makes the quick run in, picks off Workington at second to end the inning. So, for the Cavaliers in the top of the fifth, they're going to score 2 runs, 1 hit. There were no errors, and Johnson County leaves the 1 runner on base. We head to the bottom of the fifth. Johnson County 4, Dodge City 3. We'll be back in 30 seconds. You're watching Conquistador Baseball on the Conquistador Sports Network. Welcome back in here, folks. We are here at Lawrence-Dumont Stadium, heading to the bottom of the fifth, and we'll have Braden Cook, second baseman for Dodge City, leading things off. In the bottom of the fourth there, starting Johnson County pitcher Brendan Stanek got in a bit of a trouble. Looked like maybe injured himself a bit, but he's still back on the mound, out for inning number 5. First pitch swinging by Cook, little grounder to the shortstop, going to try to run it out, but shortstop throws him out at first there, gets him by about 2 steps. So 1 pitch, 1 out for Stanek. And if you're Johnson County head coach Kent Shelley, that's exactly what you needed, knowing that Stanek's pitch count is up there a little bit at 83 pitches now. So into the box steps left-handed batter Jake Peterson. Jake Peterson hitting now .340 on the year. Struck out looking at his first at-bat, fouled out to the third baseman to end the bottom of the third, So takes first pitch on the outside corner there, called for a strike, quickly in a hole 0-1. Johnson County does have some movement up in the bullpen. We'll try to get you a number as soon as we can to see who's working down there. As Peterson lines one right off Stanek, and Stanek fields it, has time to throw over to first and get him. Absolute rocket shot right back at him, but able to recover quickly, make the play, make the short little toss over to the first baseman, as pitching coach for Johnson County out to check on an umpire, out to check on Stanek, who takes that shot off his leg, but Stanek's already waving him off and saying, I'm fine. So he's ready. He wants to play. He's thinking, 3 pitches now, 2 outs. Let's just keep it going. So into the box will walk first baseman Talon Schaller, hitting .354 on the year. Hit a single to lead off the bottom of the fourth. Came around to score in that inning to give Dodge City their first lead of the game. As Stanek with the first pitch there, out of the windup, and Schaller fouls it just wide of third base. So 0-1 count here for Schaller. So 0-1 count there to Schaller, taking low outside for a ball. Getting word that the Johnson County bullpen is up and working. Number 29, Briley Buckley, 5'11 freshman from Overland Park, Kansas, another local product for Johnson County, as Schaller takes the 1-1 pitch, misses for a ball. So we're sitting here at a 2-1 count. Something Schaller probably wanting to see, maybe see if he can get his pitch that he's looking for here, as Stanek is working from the windup again. So Stanek with the pitch inside to Schaller, 3-1 count. And now you wonder what head coach Phil Stevenson's going to give him for some signs. Stanek's really struggled when falling behind tonight. Walked a couple batters now. Issued on the night 3 walks so far. And there is walk number 4 as Schaller takes the pitch for a walk to bring Dawson Tate up to the plate. So Tate comes up to the plate, 0 for 2 on the night, strikeout swinging in the second, fouled out to the first baseman in the fourth. See if he can maybe do a little damage here and see what we can do. So Johnson County does lead Dodge City 4-3 here in the bottom of the fifth. Tate takes the first pitch in for a strike, 0-1 count now on the catcher from Pueblo, Colorado. Tate, one of those freshmen that has really stepped up this year, been primarily that 5-hole hitter, a little bit moved around lineup, but primarily in that 5-hole spot, either playing third base or as a catcher, and he's going to put one right back up the middle. Stanek doesn't have a shot at that one as it goes right behind his back, and that is a base hit for Dawson Tate, now 1 for 3 in the night. Moves Schaller to second and will bring up Richard Fullerton with 2 outs. So with that base hit there, looks like Johnson County is going to send a couple more guys down to the bullpen just to have them down there in case they need to. But for the time being, 29 Buckley is going to be the guy that they're looking at bringing in if they need to move to someone. So right-handed batter Fullerton steps in, hitting .304 on the night. Again, one of those strikeout victims in the third, and then grounded out to the pitcher in the fourth. Fullerton fouls away that first pitch there. Relief pitcher Robbie Watson out of the Dodge City dugout to retrieve it, as all foul balls are asked to be taken back to the dugouts tonight. Try to keep down on costs through this 6-day tournament here at Lawrence-Dumont Stadium. As we are here in the bottom of the fifth, 2 outs. Richard Fullerton looking at a 0-1 count from starting pitcher Brendan Stanek. Stanek with the 0-1 pitch, and Fullerton swings right through it quickly in a hole. 0-2 now, as Dodge City's got runners on first and second. Left the bases loaded in the bottom of the fourth, which, you know, definitely hurts now. Left 4 on base to end the innings now. So definitely some runs out there that you've left on base if you're Dodge City. Stanek takes a look at Schaller at second. Check swing by Fullerton, peeled down to the first base umpire, and there's some gripes from some fans in the stands, as there's a lot of people here that thought he went around. But first base umpire says no swing, and so we reset the count to 1-2. Fullerton is able to hold off on that one. Pitch would have been high, so as he holds off, 1-2 count now, 2 outs, bottom of the fifth, with the game-tying run for Dodge City on second. Fullerton wears one on the back, square of the back, and if you're Brendan Stanek, you cannot like the fact that you might have just had a call not go your way and then issue a guy a free pass. So one of those things that you hate to have happen to you. He's had a little bit of control issue all night, really laboring with his pitches. Pitch count at 96 now through 4 2/3 innings, 42 balls, 54 strikes, and you almost wonder, with the way that head coach Kent Shelley was a little worried about him there in the 4th inning, if this might be his last inning of work, being that his pitch count is as high as it is. So in comes left-handed hitter, designated hitter for Dodge City, Gavin Gifford. He hit the big RBI single in the 4th inning. So we'll see if he can produce again. You got Schaller just 90 feet away. You got Tate on second. Any ball into the outfield is probably going to score Tate, who's going to be running on contact. So Gifford swings to the first pitch. 0-1 count here from Brendan Stanek. Gifford calls time right as Stanek comes set. So we're going to reset things here. 0-1 count. Stanek was ready to throw that pitch, called off by home plate umpire, and we'll do it again. So Stanek looks in at catcher Karst, gets the signs, comes set with the pitch, and Gifford pops one up. It's going to be into a little bit of no man's land, but playable by left fielder. And he makes the catch for out number 3. Second straight inning that Dodge City has left the bases loaded. Now 7 runners stranded to end the innings by Dodge City. So no runs on a hit for Dodge City. There were no errors, but again, you leave 3 runners on base, and that might be one of those things that you come back and just wonder if that's what's going to do you in. So we head to the 6th. Johnson County 4, Dodge City 3. We'll be back in 30 seconds. You're listening to Conquistador Baseball on the Conquistador Sports Network.
Your other option is 14.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We head to the top of the 6th here at Lawrence-Dumont Stadium. Give you a quick line score rundown. Johnson County with runs in the first, single run in the first, single run in the second, and then 2 runs in the 5th to take the lead over Dodge City, who has scored 1 in the first, 1 in the third, 1 in the fourth. So Johnson County with those 4 runs on 6 hits with 1 error. Dodge City 3 runs on 5 hits, no errors for them. As third baseman for Johnson County, Brant Ollinger, will lead off things in the 6th. Johnson County has pulled their guys from the bullpen, so you have to think that Stanek is probably done for the night, sitting at a pitch count of 98. Hayden Davies still going strong here to start off the 6th. First pitch fouled away by Ollinger over the first base bleachers, out of play. So we'll start with an 0-1 count here. And again, fouled away off the netting, up off the window of the press box in one of the adjacent press box windows, usually reserved for the visiting radio. So quickly an 0-2 count here for Hayden Davey, working on Brant Ollinger, the third baseman for Johnson County. And Davey wastes one there. Ollinger steps out of the box, making sure he doesn't get hit there. And 1-2 count. So Davies now sitting at a pitch count of 79. Dodge City has sent some guys down to the bullpen. No one up and moving as of now, but you got to figure that pitch count of 79. They're hoping they can get through 7 innings now, so hopefully another 2 innings by Davey, and then you can turn things over to the bullpen. Davey with the 1-2 count, up high, upstairs for a ball. Evens the count at 2-2 here to Ollinger. Ollinger is 0 for 1 or 0 for 2 on the night, Grounded out to third in the in the top of the first, and then hit a fielder's choice in the top of the 4th. So Davey with the 2-2 pitch there, throws about a 46-footer, misses well short of the plate. Count goes full here to leadoff batter Brant Ollinger. Don't know what exactly Davey was trying to do there. Maybe just did not get his grip right on the ball, but we go to a full count here. So Davey with the pitch, line shot right past third baseman Johnny Chavez into left field, and that's going to put leadoff batter on for the Cavaliers here in the top of the 6th. Paget up to bat here, folks. I apologize for the delay there. Having a little bit of technical issues in the press box, as Davey now with a 0-2 count, 2 quick strikes to Brant Ollinger. And we got a runner on first there in Paget for Johnson County, as Ollinger's going to put one in the gap there, and that's well over center fielder Jake Peterson's head to the wall. That's going to score Paget, and throw in from Peterson, and that's going to give Johnson County a 5-3 lead. Stand up double for Ollinger.
Left fielder Brian Sullivan.
So up to bat comes left field or center fielder 26 Brian Sullivan. Sullivan on the night, ground out to third and a single. Gets a piece of the first pitch there for a strike. So we sit here with an 0-1 count in the top of the sixth. No one out for Johnson County and a runner on second. Already with one run in here in the top of the sixth. So Padgett leads things off with a double there. Ollinger with a stand-up double as Sullivan takes the pitch there for a ball. 1-1 count now to the left fielder. 1-1 count, misses low, a little bit outside there. So 2-1 count for Sullivan here. Top of the sixth, as you just got to wonder if maybe it's a little bit more emphasis to start getting some pitchers up and moving for Dodge City, as Dodge City does indeed have a pitcher up and moving now. We'll get you that number in a moment. So Hayden with the 2-1 pitch there, misses outside again, 3-1 count, trying to get that outside call. Home plate umpire just not giving it to him. So Sullivan with the 3-1 count here, as Davey takes a look at the runner at second, misses outside again, and not even close to put that runner on first and second. Still no one out here. So we'll see what Dodge City decides to do, as Dawson Tate, the catcher for Dodge City, is going to go out, talk to Davey, maybe give him a couple words of encouragement and say, hey, you're doing all right. Just you got to make sure you're getting it across the plate. So that will bring up for Johnson County the right fielder, number 32, Troy Daring Jr. Key moment here for Dodge City. You're down 5-3, no one out in the top of the sixth. Johnson County's got 2 runners on, and right now you're just hoping that this thing doesn't blow open, as that might just do it for Davey, as out walks head coach Phil Stevenson now to go and have a chat with Davey and his infielders. And that looks like that will do it for Davey here, trying to give their pitcher a little bit more time down in the pen. Been given word that it is 18 J.T. Mossberg for the Conquistadors. Mossberg is a 6-foot, 165-pound freshman from Greeley, Colorado. Head coach Phil Stevenson still having his chat with his infielders, and there is the official call to the bullpen. So we're going to have a call to the bullpen here. Davey's night is done in a 5-3 game, top of the sixth. He is responsible for the 2 runners on base right now. We will be back here in 1 minute. You're watching Conquistador Baseball on the Conquistador Sports Network. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as Dodge City has gone to the bullpen, made a pitching change, sending in number 18, freshman pitcher J.T. Mossberg, the 6-foot right-hander out of Greeley, Colorado, will come in and try to clean up this situation that starting pitcher Hayden Davey left him. 5-3 with no outs, 2 runners on base for the Cavaliers, and it appears that Johnson County is going to try to play a little bit of a game here with the Conks and make a call for a pinch hitter. So in for Troy Daring will be pinch hitter number 7, and that'll be Connor Shoemaker, the 5'11", 195-pound freshman out of Topeka, Kansas. So Shoemaker in for Daring. Daring's night is done out in left field. And we'll see if this is just a pinch hit situation or an actual defensive replacement here in the bottom of the 6th. But Davey with his first pitch of the night, and that one goes up for a ball. So 1-0 count for the Conquist, or 1-0 count here for Shoemaker. As Shoemaker tries to put down a bunt, goes foul nearly into the Johnson County dugout, but that will even the count at 1-1 for Mossberg. Mossberg's really been one of those guys that's made a lot of relief appearances for the Conquistadors this year. Kind of that middle reliever when you need him to. Dodge City still with some movement up in the pen. They got, looks like number 5, Jeremy Hidalgo, still kind of up and moving around. Mossberg with the 1-1 pitch, misses outside for a ball, 2-1 count. As looks like now it is not. Oh, well, we got a pitch here, foul up to catcher Dawson Tate, who makes a big first out. Back has to run that one down. A lot of foul territory behind home plate here tonight, but he's able to get out of his crouch, make that key first out that Dodge City needed about an out and a half ago. So we'll see who we got up in the pen. It appears to be Tommy Knowlton. We were told pregame that Tommy Knowlton was looking at maybe 1 inning of bullpen tonight just to kind of get him his bullpen session that he did not throw yesterday. So he's likely to be the starter in Game 3 if Dodge City is able to make it that far and last in this tournament. So into the box steps catcher number 33, right-hander Jake Karst. Quickly calls time, and Mossberg is asking home plate umpire, what's going on here? You know, he just stepped in the plate, and he's quickly calling time like that. Let's play baseball. So Mossberg takes a look at the runner at second. First pitch, off speed, gets Karst to swing through it, way ahead of it. So quickly in a hole for Karst, 0-1 count here. Mossberg trying to get the Conks out of a jam, limit the damage just to that 1 run that was given up. So 2 runners on for Johnson County, 1 out here, 0-1 count. And again, Mossberg comes back with the off-speed pitch again, and Karst way out in front, down 0-2. And right now, Karst is well out in front of it. Why not throw it again? So we'll see what Mossberg decides to do here, getting the sign from catcher Tate. Comes set, takes a quick look at second, and with the pitch low outside, looks like he maybe overthrew it a little bit there, trying to get Karst to chase. Been going with some off speed there. The first 2 pitches got him to swing through. That one looked to just be straight down and away. See if you can get him to chase one. Karst not doing it. So 1-2 count here, 1 out. Outside again, and 2 wasted pitches now by Mossberg. Might be time to come back and see if you can get him to go down swinging. A key 2-2 count here, 1 out, top of the 6th. 5-3 Johnson County leading Dodge City here in Game 4 of the day at the Central District Tournament. Pitch down and outside, low for a ball. Full count now, 1 out. Runners on first and second. The last thing you want to do if you're JT Mossberg here after coming in with 2 runners on is to walk a batter after having them down 0-2. So Tate runs through the signs with Mossberg. Mossberg comes set, takes a look at runner at second, and Ground ball to Chavez at third. 5-3 inning-ending double play. Just what the doctor ordered. Gets the Conks out of the inning. Limits the damage to just that one run. So Johnson County scores 1 run on 2 hits. There were no errors. They do leave a runner on base. And we head to the bottom of the 6th. Johnson County 5, Dodge City 3. Dodge City will have, we'll get you that here out of the break. And we'll see if there is, in fact, the defensive replacement for Johnson County. You're watching Conquistador Baseball on the Conquistador Sports Network. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Defensive change for Johnson County. They had that pinch hitter, Connor Shoemaker, come in there in the top of the 6th. He's going to stay in, go to right field. There is not a pitching change. A bit of a surprise here by Johnson County. They're going to keep riding number 19, Brendan Stanek. He's sitting at a pitch count of 98 going into this at-bat by third baseman Johnny Chavez. Gets in there, takes a first swing hack, sends one foul down the first base line and all the way to the wall. Again, no fouls, so Johnson County will send one of their bullpen guys down there, retrieve the ball. So Chavez officially 1 for 1 on the night. Single in the third and a walk in the fourth. Swings through the pitch there quickly in an 0-2 hole. Winner of this game will get number 3 Hutchinson Community College tomorrow night in a winner's bracket game, 7 o'clock. Loser has to turn around and play a 1 p.m. elimination game against Kansas City, Kansas. So Stanek with the pitch there. Chavez with the check swing, and first base umpire rings him up, and Chavez is down swinging quickly. 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th. So in comes shortstop number 1, Cole Bergdahl. Bergdahl on the night, 0 for 1, had 0 for 0 now. Still without an official at-bat. He laid down a sacrifice bunt in the third, then walked in the fourth. So he's still looking for his first official at-bat. First pitch there, fouls one back, out of play over the press box. So 0-1 count here. Stanek has now thrown 4 consecutive strikes after really struggling there early on. And for a guy that appeared to be injured a little bit there, he's really come back strong. Stanek with the 0-1, misses low outside, so evens up the count. 1-1 there for Bergdahl. Bergdahl, a guy that you're hoping can maybe get on base here, has a little bit of speed playing that shortstop position, and flip that lineup over to Engel and Cook. So 1-1 count there by Stanek. Fires one right past Bergdahl. Bergdahl swinging a little late on that one, so now in a 1-2 hole. 1 out here, bottom of the 6th. It is 5-3 Johnson County on top of Dodge City here from Lawrence-Dumont Stadium. As Bergdahl calls time, steps out of the box, wants to get a quick review of the signs from head coach Phil Stevenson down in the third base coach's box. Dodge City occupying the third base dugout tonight as Bergdahl swings through strike 3. Catcher has to throw down to first as he's unable to grab it, and now there are quickly 2 outs in the third, or in the bottom of the 6th. Second consecutive strikeout by Stanek. He now has 6 strikeouts on the night by the sophomore from Overland Park. He's really showing, again, giving up a little bit more runs than he's probably used to, but really showing why he's one of the best pitchers he got, as Engel lets go of his bat on a foul ball there. Nearly goes into the crowd down past the third base dugout. And very attentive fans. Fans have been warned all night. There's not a whole lot of back screen protective netting here at Lawrence-Dumont Stadium, so you really got to keep your eyes open and aware of things at all time when the ball is in play. So something you don't see every day there with Engel letting his bat fly, nearly goes into the stands, and on a foul ball, now 0-1 count here for Engel. Stanek blows one past him there. Engel a little behind on that, a little bit outside, maybe not the pitch he wanted, but nonetheless swings through it now in an 0-2 count. And Stanek's doing everything you could have asked for if you're Johnson County right now. 0-2 count, Stanek wastes one there, sends things to a 1-2 count as Dodge City looking for their first base runner of the inning. Got 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th, top of the order, as Engel's able to foul one off out of play in about 6-7 rows into the stands, and then bounces up into a part of the stadium where there's just not a whole lot of fans. Sitting here 10:17 at night now. Fans have decided to stick around for those that are here. You know, on a Friday night, once you're in for the long haul, especially during a region tournament game. Stanek from the windup, outside, misses in the left-handed batter's box. So Engel now looking at a 2-2 count here, waiting for Stanek to throw. Now his 111th pitch of the night, sitting at 110, giving up 3 runs on 5 hits by Dodge City. As Engel strikes out to end the inning. Second inning now that Stanek is able to struck out the side. 7 strikeouts by the sophomore as Dodge City goes down. No runs, no hits, no errors, no one left on base. We head here to the 7th at Lawrence-Dumont Stadium. Your score, Johnson County 5, Dodge City 3. You're watching Conquistador Baseball on the Conquistador Sports Network. So, welcome back here, folks. Lawrence-Dumont Stadium here on a beautiful night from Wichita, Kansas, as JT Mossberg sends in first pitch to second baseman Matt Johnson for Johnson County. High upstairs, a little bit inside there for a ball. So, 1-0 count now to Johnson, and he gets hit by a pitch on the second pitch there to put the leadoff runner on base yet again. So, one of those things Dodge City's had a little bit of issue with is putting that leadoff batter on the night. Does it again now. So that'll bring up number 5 shortstop Nick McMurray for the Cavaliers. As Mossberg in now in relief, this will be his second inning of work. McMurray lays down just a textbook bunt, brings in the third baseman, Chavez. Chavez makes the throw down to Schaller at first, but nonetheless, it will move the runner. It'll move Johnson over to second on the 5-3 sack bunt, and now Johnson County's got a runner on second with just 1 out here in the top of the 7th. So, that'll bring up center fielder Maurice Bruce Jr. for Johnson County. Johnson County here leading 5-3 again. 44-14 record coming into tonight. Number 2 seed out of the KJCCC East. Dodge City, the 3 seed out of the KJCCC West. As Bruce takes a check swing there. Home plate umpire says he went around quickly. 0-1 count there for JT Mossberg with 1 out. Mossberg comes set, takes a quick look at runner at second, and pitch breaks right in across the plate for strike number 2. Bruce, not exactly a fan of that one, doesn't want to take a hack at it. Now in an 0-2 hole, you're going to have to try to protect a little bit. So, we'll see what Mossberg kind of decides to do here as he sends in the pitch, tries to get him to chase, sends one, wastes one there down low outside, and takes it for a ball. So, 1-2 count. What you got to do here, if you're Mossberg, is not do what you did in the top of the 6th, which was get a guy down 0-2 and then walk the batter. So we'll see if Mossberg, as Johnson County sends the runner, and that's just going to be a little bloop single off the inside fist of the bat, and it's going to score a run because of a hit and run. So one of those things where if you're Dodge City, there's not much you can do. You got your second baseman breaking a bit for trying to see if that runner will come back, and then with the hit and run on, that run does not score for the hit and run. So executed hit and run there by Johnson County pushes their lead to 6-3 now, as that'll bring up first baseman number 35, Matt Workington, for the Cavaliers. Workington with the big the 2-run double in the top of the 6th. That ended up giving Johnson County a lead. He would come around to score later in that inning, make the score 5-3, now 6-3 following that RBI single by Bruce. Workington takes first pitch there for a called strike. Now 0-1 count with JT Mossberg on the mound in relief of Hayden Davey, who did go 6+ innings tonight. Gave up the 5 runs as Mossberg works the outside corner there. Called strike 2, so now Workington in an 0-2 count. Going to have to try to see if he can protect here. Mossberg getting the signs from Tate behind the plate. Takes a quick look over at first and then gets a ground ball up the middle. Cook unable to get it on the reach as that goes into center field to Peterson, and that'll be a base hit for Workington and move Bruce to second to bring up designated hitter Tanner Padgett for the Cavaliers. So Knowlton still up in the bullpen for Dodge City working. You got to wonder how much longer head coach Phil Stevenson's going to let Mossberg work this. You know you're trying to hopefully get 1 inning of work out of Mossberg as a bullpen, but at the same time, you just wonder at what point do you say, we don't need him, just let him throw his bullpen and be done with it. So Padgett steps into the box, right-handed batter, as Mossberg puts first pitch in there. Misses low for a ball, so Padgett, the 6'6", 230-pound freshman from here in Wichita, local product for Cavaliers. Cavaliers really rely on a heavy Kansas-made roster. A lot of kids from Kansas on their team, as Mossberg takes a look at second, and runners are going. Tate throws down, and throw is a little high. Double steal by Johnson County. Both runners are safe. That's going to put runners on second and third. Wipe out the double play opportunity potentially there, as it is now a 2-0 count to Padgett with that pitch being a ball. Mossberg with the pitch count of 22 now on the night, came in the 6th in relief of Hayden Davey, inherited 2 runners on, gave up one of those runs, but was able to get out of the inning with just that 1 run scored. So Dodge City trying to avoid some more trouble here, as Mossberg gets Padgett to pull that one down. The third base line foul out of play. So now 2-1 count here for the Conquistadors. Top of the 7th as Mossberg stares in, working from the stretch now with runners on second and third. And Tate's got to get down to block that one, keep things in front of him. Now 3-1 count. First base is open. And with your designated hitter here, 4-hole hitter and Padgett, you wonder if maybe head coach Phil Stevenson considers just issuing a free pass here and trying to set back up that double play ball. Runners on second and third for Johnson County as Mossberg works out of the windup. Pitch low outside for a ball, so that'll put Padgett on first with a walk, bring up Brant Ollinger, and we'll see just what Dodge City wants to do here with 1 out. Third baseman Brant Ollinger, 5'10" sophomore from Robbins, Iowa, steps into the box here as Ollinger is looking on the night. He is officially 1 for 3 with 1 RBI. So bases loaded. Prime opportunity here for Johnson County to break this game open. First pitch by Mossberg, a ball, and then pop up to Jake Peterson in center field. That is going to be deep enough to score a run. Johnson County is going to move the runner to third, or Yes, they do move the runner to third on the sack fly. A little bit of miscommunication by Dodge City there. Allowed that runner to move to third. Bruce scores from third. Makes the score 7-3 now. Johnson County on top with runners on first and third with 2 outs. So, your Dodge City, you got to see if you can limit the damage here past that. Tate gives the call out to the defensive alignment here with runners on first and third. You wonder if maybe Johnson County maybe consider sending that runner on a delayed steal at first. See if you can get him in a scoring position, because you know a base hit moving on contact, you're scoring 2 here and can really break this one open. So, in comes left fielder 26, Brian Sullivan, left-handed batter. Takes first pitch, checks swing, but holds off for a ball low. So 1-0 count here from Mossberg, working to Sullivan here in the top of the 7th. Mossberg comes set, misses outside, not really giving Sullivan much to work with. Just trying to see if he'll maybe chase one. As we are here at Lawrence-Dumont Stadium. All turf field outside of the pitcher's mound, which is natural dirt. Mossberg comes set, fires pitch in there for a strike, make the count 2-1 here now. As we are here well into the night, 7-3 lead for Johnson County with 2 outs, 2-1 count. Ball misses just low for Mossberg there. Now a 3-1 count as runners on first and third for Johnson County. As Sullivan steps out of the box to see some signs from a coach down at the third base box. As Mossberg comes set, takes a look at the runners. Pitch in there, gets Sullivan to swing, and we're going to go to a full count here, 2 outs. And we'll see what Mossberg decides to come back with. With 2 outs, full count here. You want to be able to get out of this inning and give yourself a chance and keep this deficit manageable heading into the bottom of the 7th. So Johnson County sends the runner on the pitch there from first to second. Ends up being ball inside to move, Padgett over to second. Sullivan walks, and base is now loaded for Connor Shoemaker, the new right fielder who entered in the top of the 6th following a pinch hit, and that's going to be all that there is for J.T. Mossberg. Head coach Phil Stevenson making his way out from the third base dugout to come talk to his team, and it appears that we are going to have a pitching change here at Lawrence-Dumont Stadium. There is the official call, and we'll get you all the information coming back here out of this break. You're watching Conquistador Baseball on the Conquistador Sports Network. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, Lawrence-Dumont Stadium. Let's set the scene here for you as it is a 7-3 game. Johnson County on top. There are 2 outs here, top of the 7th, but the Cavaliers do have the bases loaded. Dodge City makes a call to the bullpen, brings in normally starting pitcher Tommy Knowlton. He's in making an appearance in relief tonight. Head coach Phil Stevenson said the plan was to use him 1 inning of relief tonight and pitch him his bullpen. So this will be Knowlton's 13th appearance of the year, his first appearance out of the bullpen. Knowlton on the year with a 6.58 ERA, 6-2 record in 53 1/3 innings pitched, has pitched one shutout and limiting opposing batters to just a .288 batting average. So, we'll see if Knowlton can get the Conks out of the jam here as he inherits 3 runners on base. Mossberg's night is done. We'll officially close the book on him following the end of this inning. But into bat for Johnson County will be number 7, Connor Shoemaker. As mentioned before the break there, he entered in the top of the 6th as a pinch hitter, stayed in as a defensive replacement in right field, as Dodge City now has 2 arms up and moving in the bullpen. Looks like we got number 5, number 5, Jeremy Hidalgo, and 33, Eric Lindsay up in the bullpen. So, pitch in the dirt. Johnson County runner at third there. Workington gets a little bit off the base. And Tate guns him down, trying to get back in there. So that's going to be a 2-5 picked off in the inning. And what a way to get out of the inning for, if you're Tommy Knowlton. One pitch, you throw it in the dirt, and yet your defense saves you a little bit there, and you get Tate to throw out a runner at third. So, for Johnson County in the 7th, 2 runs on 2 hits. There were no errors, but they do leave 2 runners on base. So, it is stretch time here at Lawrence-Dumont Stadium. Johnson County 7, Dodge City 3. You're listening to Dodge City Baseball on the Conquistador Sports Network. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Lawrence-Dumont Stadium here. Bottom of the 7th inning. Braden Cook going to lead things off for the Conquistadors. Brendan Stanek still on the mound for Johnson County. He's at 111 pitches on the night. Bit of a congregation going down in the Johnson County bullpen. They got about half of their dugout down there on top of the players that aren't on the field. Stanek with the first pitch here to Cook down low for a ball, as Johnson County's not going to risk anything if Stanek lets a couple of runners on. So, Stanek from the windup. In for ground ball to third baseman. Third baseman eats it up, throws it over to first for the out quickly. 2 pitches, 1 out. And Stanek has retired. Let's see just how many batters now because that's now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Last 5 batters have been retired in order for Stanek. Last base hit for the Conquistadors was Dawson Tate in the bottom of the 5th. That was a single. But since the bottom of the 4th, from the bottom of the 5th on, Dodge City just with 1 hit. So Stanek's really settled down as Jake Peterson steps in, left-hander here from Amarillo, Texas, takes the first pitch down inside and low for a ball, gets away from catcher Karst back to the Johnson County dugout as Stanek will work with a 1-0 count here, and a line shot right back up the middle, and he's really got to work to get and avoid that one. So that's about the 3rd or 4th shot now that Stanek has had to kind of jump out of the way. He's been unfortunate on 2 of them, but Dodge City's really been able to square him up and just send shots right back up the middle. Unfortunately, when you leave 7 runners on base in a 4-run game, that's going to play into the role of why you're currently in a 7-3 deficit, as first baseman Talon Schaller steps into the plate here, takes first pitch low for a ball, so working with a 1-0 count. Now, when Dodge City's been able to get runners on base early on in the innings against Stanek, he's really struggled, kind of lost his control on where he's trying to throw, and it's made a difference. That's where Dodge City's been able to get their runs. As Stanek with the 1-0 misses low again, now 2-0 count to first baseman Talon Schaller. Hasn't had a real big hit tonight. If there's ever a time for one, now might be the time to really get a hold of one. Schaller coming in here, 1-2 count, and that hit him, folks. 3 straight balls. That one ends up getting a piece of Schaller right on the elbow, on his little guard he wears, a shoulder guard. So that'll put runners on first and second for the catcher, Dawson Tate. Tate, one of those 3 key freshmen this year, along with Cade Engel and Braden Cook, who have really been able to step up. Early on in fall ball this year, Dodge City head coach Phil Stevenson had a couple key injuries that had Coach Stevenson sitting there wondering, a little worried about whether or not he was going to have a batters that could really step up, needed some freshmen to come into some key roles, and Tate's one of those guys that has been able to do so far this year. Came into tonight with a .351 batting average, has 10 home runs on the year and 43 RBIs, so he's definitely got some pop in his bat, but that appears to be it for starting pitcher for Johnson County, Brendan Stanek. Pitch count at 118. He's thrown 6 complete innings, and that is indeed going to do it, it appears. So when we come back from the break, we will give you all the new information on the Johnson County relief pitcher that will be making the appearance. You're watching Conquistador Baseball on the Conch Sports Network. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Relief pitcher in for Johnson County now. Brendan Stanek goes 6 1/3 innings, 118 total pitches, as Johnson County makes the call to number 29, Brian Buckley. Buckley, a 5'11", 175-pound freshman out of Overland Park, Kansas, so knows this Johnson County program well, being a local kid out of Overland Park. As we're sitting here, Buckley getting in the last few of his warm-up pitches, and we're getting ready to play ball here. 2 runners on for catcher Dawson Tate here will step into the plate with 1 out in the bottom of the 7th. Johnson County putting up that 2 spot in the top of the 7th after scoring 1 in the 6th. Johnson County 5 of their 7 runs now in the 5th, 6th, and 7th inning. So really able to get after Davey there in the latter part of his outing. Got after Mossberg a little bit there for those 2 runs in the 7th. And if you're Dodge City, right now is when you could really use a key hit to kind of bring yourself back into this game. You got 8 outs to work with here. You got the meat of your order up. Now is the time to do something. So we'll see what Dodge City can do off of Buckley. Buckley with the first pitch, missed for a ball. So 1-0 count here to Tate. Tate's got to lay off some here. Phil Stevenson stressed these guys during batting practice and all day throughout the day that if you just lay off these pitchers and make them throw strikes, they're going to struggle. We saw that with Stanek early on. Conks kind of reverted back to old ways and kind of swinging at pitches outside and away as Buckley puts the second pitch in there for a strike. So now 1-1 count on Dawson Tate, the freshman out of Pueblo, Colorado, 5'7", 171-pound utility player. Kind of split time at third base and catcher this year, depending on what Coach Phil Stevenson needed in his lineup. So Buckley with the 1-1, misses low for a ball as gets a little bit in the dirt there. Karst able to block it off as Tate's calling off Schaller at second, Peterson at second, telling him to hold up there. And Tate will have a 2-1 count coming into this next pitch. So Dodge City still with a little bit of action in the bullpen. Johnson County's bullpen is dead silent now that they got their Buckley in after Stanek's outing. They're gonna sit here and ride Buckley as long as they can. So time was called there by the home plate umpire to allow for a Dodge City player to walk down to the bullpen as we're back ready to play here. Buckley takes a couple looks at Peterson down at second, comes back with a delivery right down the heart of the plate. Tate sits there, takes it all the way. 2-2 count now. Dawson Tate's got to protect here and try to put one into that outfield turf. So we'll see what Tate can do here. Staring down a 2-2 count. First batter of the night for relief pitcher Briley Buckley. Buckley with the sign, gets one he likes, and Tate able to spoil one away down the first base line. That's going to end up inside the little kids playground area that they have here down the first base line at Lawrence-Dumont Stadium. Take a one hop out of the turf and into the parking lot and in the night here in Wichita, Kansas. Flagpole still dead and silent, not moving. It's been no wind here since we got here. Started first pitch right after 8:30, and that one hit Tate right in the helmet. Umpire's going to give him a moment, but Tate's not even fazed by it. Took it right in the back of the helmet. He takes off his shin guard, and he takes the quick trot down to first base to load the bases. So Richard Fullerton will come up here. 1 out, bases loaded in the bottom of the 7th as Dodge City here trailing 7-3. Situation that hasn't been the kindest to him throughout the year. As take a look at the stats here, and trailing after 6 innings, Dodge City is just 2-11 on the year. Situation that once they get behind, not really able to come back and do much with. But bases loaded and 1 out, you got to find a way to poke one through here and get a couple runs in. We'll see what Richard Fullerton can do as Buckley with the first pitch misses low into the turf, takes a bounce as Karst is able to get a body on it and block it and keep that from getting back to the backstop. Don't know what kind of speed Peterson has, but you got to figure head coach Phil Stevenson might take a look at how far back that gets into the backstop and send him. So 1-0 count here for Fullerton. Bottom of the 7th, bases loaded, 1 out. Buckley with the delivery and high inside. Fullerton ducks to avoid it as it is now a 2-0 count. And Karst is out to check on Buckley and just kind of settle him down. So 8 pitches now by Buckley. You're sitting there with a 2-2 count on Tate. You had him down 1-2 in the count, and then you end up hitting him in the helmet. Throwing 2 consecutive balls here to Richard Fullerton, the right fielder, as Johnson County coach makes a quick little short walk out, I guess, taking his time so he can get some movement up in the bullpen. Wouldn't expect a pitching change here, but more just to give your pitchers down in the bullpen some time to warm up. So we'll see if we can get a number for you on that, kind of keep an eye on the situation. Appears to be number 17 for Johnson County, Brennan Lewis, 6'3" sophomore out of Kansas City. Again, Johnson County being in that Overland Park, Kansas City area, they tend to recruit their home base well, keep kids that are local, keep them there. And it's really helped lead them to that 44-14 record on the year and the second best record in the KJCCC East behind only Cali County. Cali County was a winner today, beat Fort Scott in extra innings 5-3, so they move on to play Neosho tomorrow, who is also a 5-3 winner over Barton County this morning. So Barton and Fort Scott will meet in an elimination game tomorrow. Winner of this game gets Hutchinson, number 3 team in the country tomorrow night, as Fullerton sits there, takes a pitch on the inside corner for a strike. Now 2-1 count for Richard Fullerton here. 1 out in the bottom of the 7th. Bases are loaded for the Kansas City, Missouri sophomore. Fullerton with the pitch, fouls one away. Count goes even at 2-2. Just a little behind on that one, a little bit under that one. Unable to get full piece of the bat on that one, but nonetheless able to get that back to the backstop and give himself a chance. So we'll see what Fullerton can do here with a 2-2 count. You got bases loaded, you got speed on first, so you figure if you can get something in play here, try to break up that double play ball, as Fullerton fouls one out of play there into the parking lot. And again, keeping an eye on the crowd here at Lawrence-Dumont Stadium. The fans that have been here since first pitch at 8:31 p.m. have stayed here. So we're 2 hours and 20 minutes into this game now, and fans are still hanging in there strong for a Friday night here in downtown Wichita. Buckley with the 2-2 delivery, and Fullerton swings right through it. Big strikeout for the Johnson County Cavaliers. 2 outs now, as that will bring up designated hitter Gavin Gifford. And if you're Dodge City, you've been down this route now twice this game. You've left the bases loaded in 2 different innings to end the inning. And right now with the bases loaded and 2 outs, you wonder if that's just going to be the case again where you're not bringing runs home. So in steps left-handed batter Gifford facing the right-handed pitcher Buckley, as Buckley delivers first pitch for a strike outside corner, hits his spot where he wants it, and Gifford steps into an 0-1 count here. So, as Buckley takes a look at the signs from Karst, getting what he wants, comes set, doesn't even bother taking a look at the runner at second, and pitch inside just gets past Karst. Karst able to run it down. Not a whole lot of speed by Peterson down the line at third there. Didn't get a good jump on it. And it also didn't get very far away from Karst. So runners will stay where they're at. It'll move the count to 1-1 with Gavin Gifford at the plate. Buckley comes set with that overhand delivery. Hits the outside corner again. Really trying to work that outside corner here. And so far in this at-bat against Gifford, he's been effective now. Been changing what part of the plate he's been thrown to. He's hit his 2 strikes on the outside corner. Came inside with that pitch that missed. So now 1-2 count, and Gifford's got to protect. Buckley comes set with the pitch. And Gifford's going to put one through. That's going to score a run. Schaller will hold up at third. That left fielder was playing in a little bit. Able to cut that ball off. But Gifford's got himself another RBI tonight, and that'll cut into that Johnson County lead. So that'll bring up third baseman Johnny Chavez. That'll keep things rolling for the Conquistadors, and that's exactly what you need right now. Just find a way to put runs across, eat into this lead. Right now with the bases loaded, this might be one of the better opportunities you get for the rest of the night. You got to find a way to get some runs through. So right-handed Chavez steps in. Chavez, a 6-foot freshman from Enid, Oklahoma, takes the first pitch, called for a strike. 0-1 count now here, bottom of the 7th, as Chavez is 1 for 2 at the dish tonight. He does have a walk to his name, so we're going to see what he can do here off relief pitcher Briley Buckley. First look at Buckley for Chavez tonight as he takes a pitch down low, just off the turf for a ball. 1-1 count now, as Dodge City still has some action up in their bullpen. Couple pitchers going. Johnson County's got a pitcher up, moving it around in their bullpen, kind of getting loose. So this might be a game where you just got to turn it over and see who can get the last outs. You know, we all know how hard it is to get those outs in a region tournament game when you're playing in this type of format. So, pitch by Buckley again, down low in the turf for a ball, 2-1 count now, as we're here at Lawrence-Dumont Stadium, home of the Wichita Wingnuts Independent League baseball team. Beautiful night. You got the Wichita skyline in the outfield to kind of look at here as you're taking the game in, as Buckley delivers 2-1 pitch in there for a strike. Chavez not a big fan of it, thought it might have been a little low, but nonetheless, home plate umpire calls it a strike, and Chavez is sitting at a 2-2 count, 2 outs, bases loaded here, bottom of the 7th. Buckley gets his signs from catcher Karst, comes set with the delivery. Strike 3 looking. Chavez had no chance at that one, didn't even bother swinging. And for the 3rd time tonight, Dodge City leaves the bases loaded. Now 11 runners stranded on base by the Conquistadors. Johnson County takes a 7-4 lead into the top of the 8th. So 1 run, 2 hits, no errors, and 3 left on base for Dodge City. You're watching Conquistador baseball on the Conquistador Sports Network. Welcome back into Lawrence-Dumont Stadium, ladies and gentlemen. Dodge City leads the bases loaded for the 3rd time tonight to end the bottom of the 7th. They had a prime opportunity there. They are able to scratch across a run and get one back on Johnson County, who now leads 7-4 heading to the top of the 8th. Tommy Knowlton back out for the 8th inning. If you don't recall, Knowlton came in the bottom of the 7th after J.T. Mossberg walks the bases loaded with 2 outs. Knowlton throws 1 pitch, gets pick off to third base from Tate to Chavez to end the inning, as right-handed batter, right fielder number 7, Connor Shoemaker, takes the first pitch, swings through it for a strike, quickly down 0-1 as Knowlton's trying to quickly work through this. Now 0-2 to the count as Shoemaker swings through another one. Shoemaker is second at bat of the night, came in the top of the 6th as a defensive replacement. So takes ball outside and low there. So he's been the only batter so far to see Dodge City reliever Tommy Knowlton, as Knowlton gets him looking there. Tate squeezes the glove for strike number 3 and throws down to third base to throw it around the horn. 1 out now for Dodge City here in the top of the 8th. Again, winner of this game will get number 3 Hutchinson Community College tomorrow night, 7 p.m. winners bracket game. Loser has to quickly turn around, face an elimination game at 1 o'clock against Kansas City, Kansas Community College. First pitch to catcher number 33, Jake Karst, fouled down the first base line. First baseman Talon Schaller with a diving effort, thought it was fair. Throws over to Knowlton, but doesn't make a difference as first base umpire had already called the ball foul. So 0-1 count to Karst, and he'll get a second hack at things. Knowlton with the 0-1 as Karst fouls it out of play over the third base stands into the night in the parking lot. have a feeling that there's going to be quite a few foul balls that are found tomorrow morning in that parking lot. So Knowlton with the 0-2, and second straight batter gets him looking. These batters have just been absolutely fooled by Knowlton here. 2 batters, 2 outs, both are strikeouts looking, and Knowlton's one of these guys that you just wonder, he's getting a good outing for his 1 inning of bullpen, as head coach Phil Stevenson had told us. So in steps second baseman Matt Johnson, number 8, 9-hole hitter, takes first pitch for a ball outside. Second pitch there for a ball outside past the catcher Tate, back to the backstop as we're closing in on 11 o'clock here. Temperatures dipped about 10 degrees since first pitch. We were sitting about 68 degrees at first pitch. We're now sitting about 58 degrees on a nice, clear night from downtown Wichita, Kansas. First round of the NJCAA Region 6 Central District Tournament as Knowlton gets a foul ball there by Johnson. Makes the count 2-1 here. 2 outs, top of the 8th. Johnson County does lead 7-4. So, last time these two teams met, it was back in 2007. It was here at Lawrence-Dumont Stadium in the Central District Tournament elimination game. Johnson County 7-1 winners over the Conquistadors to eliminate them in that tournament as Johnson tries laying down a bunt, fouls it away there. So now 2-2 count, 2 outs for Knowlton, trying to quickly get out of this inning here, sitting at 11 pitches in the inning, 12 total as he only had to throw 1 pitch in the top of the 7th. And there it is, strike 3 striking out the side, all looking for Knowlton. So no runs, no hits, no errors, no one left on base for Johnson County. We head to the bottom of the 8th. Dodge City will send up Cole Bergdahl, Cade Engel, and Braden Cook with Jake Peterson in the hole. So 7-4 Cavaliers. We'll be back in 30 seconds. You're watching Conquistador Baseball on the Conquistador Sports Network. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Bottom of the 8th here. Cole Bergdahl leading things off for the Conquistadors. His relief pitcher, 29, Briley Buckley, is back out for Johnson County in relief of starting pitcher Brendan Stanek, who did go 6 1/3 innings. As Bergdahl takes the first pitch there, outside corner for a strike. Stanek ends up going 6 1/3, gives up 4 runs, 3 of them are earned on 6 hits, walks 4 batters, but does strike out 7. Bergdahl with the 0-1 pitch there, takes it for a strike. So now quickly down 0-2 in the count. And if you're Dodge City, you know you're down to your last 6 outs. You got to start trying to figure something out and get things going offensively. So Bergdahl with the 0-2 count takes strike 3 looking. 4th consecutive batter now to strike out looking as Tommy Knowlton struck out the side looking in the top of the 8th. And if you're head coach Phil Stevenson, the last thing you want right now is for someone to go up to the plate and not take a single swing at a pitch and go down on 3 pitches. Just one of those things, you're limited in outs. You've only been able to get a run out of 4 innings each now as left fielder Cade Engel, first pitch swinging, pops it up to the second baseman, has a little bit of trouble losing it in the lights, but does come down with it for out number 2. So now 2 outs here quickly for Johnson County in the bottom of the 8th, and Dodge City really is running out of chances here. So up to bat comes Braden Cook, hitting .371 on the year. Cook comes into this at bat 0 for 4 in the night, does have 2 RBIs on a couple of groundouts, but his 21 game reached base streak is now in jeopardy. So Cook takes the first pitch there, fouls it away back behind us here at Lawrence-Dumont Stadium, and quickly in a hole now, 0-1 is Cook. Cook takes second pitch there, low inside for a ball, evens the count at 1-1, and Dodge City here just not able to do a whole lot. 7 hits on the night, have left 10 runners on base. Bit of a problem that they've had tonight, just not able to get the big hit when needed. So Cook takes one low outside there for ball 2. Now 2-1 count, ahead of the count here on relief pitcher Briley Buckley. As Buckley puts one in there for a strike, comes back, puts one down the heart of the plate. Appears that Cook was looking for something else than what he ended up getting, ends up taking it for a strike. And now you got to protect knowing that there's 2 outs, and you got to start getting a little bit of production out of your offense. So Cook fouls one back, appears to going to be getting out of play, but no. Johnson County catcher Karst makes the catch right at the fence, and Johnson County's out of the inning with a 1-2-3 inning. So we head to the top of the 9th. Johnson County leads Dodge City 7-4. You're watching Conquistador Baseball on the Conquistador Sports Network. I'd like to welcome everybody back into the ballpark here, Lawrence-Dumont Stadium, on an absolutely beautiful night. Could not ask for better weather here on day 1 of the NJCAA Region 6 Central District Tournament. Had a little bit of rain yesterday on practice day when teams were trying to get their practice times in. Weren't able to necessarily do so. Had to take hitting in the batting cages here at the stadium, but if that's all the rain we're going to get for the week and the weekend, then we'll take it, knowing that we can get 6 good days of baseball in. We head to the top of the 9th here. Dodge City does make a pitching change. They call on relief pitcher Eric Lindsay. Lindsay, the 6'1", 185-pound freshman out of Cambridge, Ontario, making his now, let's see here, as I pull up Lindsay's stats, and he is 1-0 in 14 appearances with a 5.31 ERA. Nick McMurray, shortstop here, first batter in for Johnson County, takes the first pitch for a strike. So 0-1 count for Lindsay as he misses one outside here. Finish up Lindsay's line now, his 15th appearance. That has pitched in one shutout game. Helped the Conks with a shutout, as he induces a ground ball there to Bergdahl at short. Throws over to Schaller, who makes the stretch and the grab for out number 1. So right now, if you're Dodge City, you want to try to get out of this inning as quick as possible and then find a way to put on those rally caps, and you're going to need 3 to extend this thing. So, into bat for Johnson County, center fielder number 3, Maurice Bruce Jr. Bruce Jr. on the night is 1 for 3, does have a run scored, 1 RBI, and a stolen base. So, filling that stat line for sure, as he takes the first pitch there for a ball. 1-0 count now to the center fielder as he fouls one away. Bruce Jr., 5'8", 195-pound sophomore from Raytown, Missouri. So Johnson County does mix it up between their freshmen and sophomores here. Really relied on their pitching all year in the best ERA in the conference. Been able to get runs when needed tonight off of the Dodge City pitchers, giving up a few runs here and there. But as Lindsey throws in the 1-1 pitch, misses there for a ball. So now 2-1 count, 1 out here, top of the 9th inning. As Lindsey from the stretch induces another ground ball to Bergdahl deep in the hole, makes the throw over to Schaller, who stretches in time and gets Bruce by about a step. So 2 consecutive ground outs to short base to shortstop for Lindsey, and there are 2 away here now as first baseman Matt Workington will step into the plate. Workington tonight, he is 3 for 4, 3 RBI with a double. So he's got one of 2 Johnson County extra base hits tonight and really delivered that big hit in the top of the 6th there that really opened this game up. At the time of that hit, Dodge City was on top, 3-2. He ends up coming through with that big hit to put Johnson County up, and they've led ever since now as Workington takes the 1-0 pitch, fouls it away for a 1-1 count now. Eric Lindsey on the mound in relief. 4th pitcher that Dodge City has used tonight started with Hayden Davey, turned things over to JT Mossberg, gave Tommy Knowlton inning and a third of his bullpen session, knowing that you're probably going to want to use him as a starter later on in this tournament, and then just now turned it over to Lindsey in the 9th. Lindsey with the 1-1 pitch there, misses low for a ball, so 2-1 count here. We got 2 outs, top of the 9th. No one on for Johnson County. They do hold a 7-4 lead, though, as Lindsey gets Workington to swing through one there, just a little ahead of things, and evens the count at 2-2. Crowd starting to thin out just a little bit as we are past the 11 o'clock hour here, local time. Workington with the 2-2 count, 2 outs. Lindsey working out of the stretch, gets him strike 3 swinging, and that'll end the inning for Johnson County. No runs, no hits, no errors, and no runners left on base. Conks need 3. Peterson, Schaller, Tate, due up. You're watching Conquistador Baseball on the DC3 Sports Network. Welcome back, fans. Lawrence-Dumont Stadium. Dodge City down to their final 3 outs. They got to score 3 here. And thing is, Dodge City's been able to put runners on base tonight. They just have not been able to come up with the big hit. Left hand on base as in steps left-hander, number 12, the center fielder, Jake Peterson for Dodge City. Briley Buckley still working in relief for Johnson County. They've used only 2 pitchers on the night as Buckley misses upstairs for a ball. Starting pitcher, Brendan Stanek, goes 6 1/3. Buckley's pitched the last 1 2/3 as he puts one in there right down the heart of the plate for a strike. As Peterson on the night is 1 for 4, so we will see what he can do here tonight. In the bottom of the 9th, Dodge City needs 3, 2-1 count now as Buckley misses for a ball. Buckley looks in, Peterson looking at him as Buckley gets the call on the outside corner. Home plate umpire has been given that call most of the night, so nothing that these guys should not be expecting, as it's been one of those nights where that home plate umpire just likes the outside corner a bit. So Buckley goes back outside there, misses to send the count full. Karsh lets that one go to the backstop as he's unable to reach out and grab it from his stance. So 3-2 count here for Jake Peterson, Dodge City center fielder. And ball misses for ball 4. Looked good. Might have been a bit of a makeup call for that second strike that was called on Peterson. But if you're Dodge City, you're going to take it any way you can get it right now. You know that you need 3 runs, and you got to find a way to do it. So in comes to bat Talon Schaller, first baseman, number 37. He's provided the big bat all year. Comes into this at bat hitting .354. He is 1 for 2 on the night. Does have a walk as he takes first pitch for a strike on the outside corner. Schaller comes into the night with 17 home runs, which is a single season school record for Dodge City, and currently sits at 75 runs batted in this year, which is the second most in school history in a single season. So as Schaller grounds one to the third baseman there, that's going to end up being a fielder's choice, as the throw there by the third baseman Ollinger is a little bit off, but in time for the second baseman Johnson to make the force out at second. So that will go down as a fielder's choice for Schaller. And in walks Dawson Tate, the freshman from Pueblo, Colorado. Dawson is caught behind the plate tonight for the Conquistadors. Comes into this at bat hitting .351 and is 1 for 3 on the night, and hits a short little fly ball that ends up just outside the reach of a diving center fielder. Drops out of his glove for a hit. Puts 2 on for Dodge City. Schaller had to hold up there, but he got enough of a jump, and with that center fielder diving and extending out, unable to get up and make a play. So that's going to bring the tying run to the plate for Dodge City and Richard Fullerton. Again, to reset things here for you, we got 1 out here, bottom of the 9th. 2 runners on for Dodge City as Richard Fullerton steps up to the plate. Right fielder from Kansas City, Missouri. Came into tonight hitting .308 on the year. Does have 41 RBIs, as that is going to be another fielder's choice. Shortstop has a little bit of trouble fielding that one initially, but is able to get Tate out at second. So Dodge City's down to their last out. They got runners on the corners, and now is one of those situations where you really got to find a way to put one into that outfield grass, into a gap. Gavin Gifford steps in. You know he has power. It's short down that right field line at .330 as it curves in a little bit. But one thing not going for Gifford is the ball does not tend to carry well here at night, and there is just no wind to be found. So if he's going to get a hold of one and send one out, it's going to have to take a little bit of power. Buckley with the first pitch outside for a ball. Johnson County's going to let Fullerton take second. Oh, they called that one a strike on the outside corner. I apologize. But nonetheless, Fullerton does take second on a defensive indifference. That run right now in Johnson County means absolutely nothing in a 3-run game. So they're saying, let him have it. As Buckley goes back to the outside corner there, misses for a ball. So now 1-1 count to Gavin Gifford. Gifford making his 30th start tonight, primarily a designated hitter throughout the year, does have a little bit of playing time at first base as needed in relief of Talon Schaller. Buckley stares in, looks to go on the outside corner again, just misses on a call that Buckley got about 2 pitches ago. So apparently late night's really setting in on this umpire as well as the rest of us here at Lawrence-Dumont Stadium. 2-1 count now to Gifford. Time is called by third base umpire there in between second and third with the runner on third and with the runners on second and third. So we'll reset with Buckley in a 2-1 count as Gifford swinging away there, gets a piece of it, but is not able to get it fair. Goes back to the backstop, and now Dodge City's down to their last strike. Buckley with the pitch outside, wasting one there, seeing if you can maybe get Gifford to swing. Again, only played in roughly half of the games that Dodge City has played. So we're now looking at a full count here. 2 outs, runners on first and third now. Or second and third, I apologize. So Buckley from the stretch and gets Gifford to pop one up, and that's probably going to do it, folks. Left fielder camped under it and makes the catch for out number 3, and Johnson County wins the game 7-4. So Dodge City, no runs on a hit, no errors, 2 left on base, so 12 left on base total in the game, and you got to figure that's probably what put them in that hole. So we will be back here again tomorrow afternoon in an elimination game. Dodge City will be taking on Kansas City, Kansas. We'll have the action live here from Lawrence-Dumont Stadium. Again, game time scheduled for 1 p.m. We will keep you updated on any changes. You know, with Region Tournament Baseball, things tend to run late. So we want to thank you for tuning in. Give one last final shout out to John Avey and the crew back at Dodge City Community College, really helping us out here, getting us the equipment we need to bring you this broadcast. So again, your final score, Johnson County 7, Dodge City 4. Thank you and good night.